Hey everybody, I'm back. Guess who's busy? Wait for a couple people to come in the room. I know I'm late. Ain't got no more of my stuff left. Happy July 4th. Hey Wizard, what's going on? Back from the dead. Nobody. I said, let me hop in the shower. Then I said, let me wash my hair. And it took a lot longer than me just getting in the shower. But my silk press lasted all that long time. And now, this is how I probably got sick in the first place in the air. My hair is still itching though, which means I'm going to have to wash it again tomorrow. Put some good oil in my hair. But what's going on, everybody? What are we talking about today? Besides the obvious. In Philly, the municipal workers are on strike. I should put tea tree oil in my hair. The municipal workers, let's got tea tree oil on it. Doesn't matter. They on strike, child. They're not picking up the trash. They want us to put our trash out and just leave it on our sidewalk. Ain't nobody doing that. I don't know if y'all can hear the fireworks all in the background. Oh, and then we always have this big party on the Benjamin Franklin Parkway, the 4th of July party. Jasmine Sullivan quit. LL Cool J quit. They said they stand in solidarity with the strikers, the workers. So I don't even know who's left. I think JoJo is down there. It's a mess here. But I know this trash keep piling up. The mayor, everybody's mad at the mayor. I personally think they're giving the black mayor a hard time, a black woman mayor. Because we've had other mayors who ain't get them shit. Yeah, it's trash everywhere. Not on our block. You know, I'm the block captain. We will not be living in trash. Y'all can leave y'all trash in the backyard. There are private companies you can pay to come get your trash. And that's probably what we're going to wind up doing because I'm not putting trash in the back of my car and shit like that. But then they said it's the 911 workers too, but they got a court order to make them come back to work. Who else? The sanitation workers, the 911 operators, and some of the health centers are closed. But then the people who are striking, they're doing stuff like there was a rumor that they contaminated the drinking water, the water supply. They like sabotaging a lot of stuff, barricading doors so the other government workers can't go to work. And bitch, I got an appointment with immigration office on Tuesday so I can get my passport. And I don't care about y'all strike. Y'all better get out my way. That don't have nothing to do with me. Okay? You want to go get rich, go work in the private sector. You know? And don't tell me what to do with my trash either. But yeah, that's what's going on in Philly. What else is going on? Cassie getting sued. Did y'all see the man that said he was suing Cassie because she gave him an STD? Cassie, you better go put that money in a trust for your kids, cause they coming, honey. Did y'all see that video? Do y'all want to see the video of the man saying that Cassie was up there lying and he wants money? And matter of fact, let me just play it. This is gross. Hold on. Oh yes, they coming. That's gonna open the door just like they open the floodgates of Diddy. They coming after that 30 million, honey. And they said Alex was down to the casino. Happy 4th of July, Callie. They said Alex been at the casino down in Vegas. So she might not have nothing left to give anybody. But I've been telling y'all, hi daughter. It's my daughter in the chat. Hold on, let me drop the link. I've been telling y'all, link. Hold on. I've been telling you guys that everybody says welcome, niece. CC, you gotta change your name to CC. Your screen name. Can you change your screen name, daughter? Invite, copy. Paste. So yeah, y'all want to see the Hey Kelly.
Hey, I just came on to say happy 4th. It might be too loud for me to stay on because it sounds like I'm in a war zone over here.
Sound like that too here.
So,
And you know, Philadelphia, are we the first city or something like that? You know they
something
show
like
off
that.
extra here. The Constitution is here. They
I have to
always
look it up. I know New Orleans is older than the United States, but
right. I mean the
Philadelphia
first
is
city
somewhere.
in the country. I know the Constitution was signed
Yeah.
here. So they always showing off here in Philly with these fireworks.
Girl, I'm in the hood. And the hood in LA is notorious for doing their own fireworks show. Like that's a known thing in LA.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, so if you're anywhere like in the hills, you can see like us like putting on a fireworks show.
You know what? I saw a
Yeah.
video of one year. I guess Gavin Newsom made it legal to do fireworks, and the whole LA was just fireworks everywhere. It was from like the
Well,
damn.
it
Was that
wasn't
one?
exactly legal. What happened was the LAPD said they didn't have enough officers to do anything, so they were like, we're not doing anything with these fireworks because we just can't do it. So
Right,
what ended up happening is that it was illegal, but it was nobody to stop them.
right. I just saw the whole LA lit up with fireworks.
Oh
Baby, they
yeah, we
locked
had.
you up in Texas. What? Really?
Well,
That's
it's not even
crazy.
dark here yet, and they already sound like we in a war zone.
Well, we usually had this big celebration on the Benjamin Franklin Parkway, and then they finish it off with a fireworks show. And but like I said, Jasmine Sullivan backed out and LL Cool J because our city
Oh,
is having a strike.
oh wow! I didn't know about that. I didn't hear it.
Mm-hmm.
I've been seeing this. The people. It was a house in a warehouse that has been blown up with these fireworks.
Oh,
A bunch of people are missing, presumed no longer here. Yeah, these fireworks are dangerous. This is the second year
I'm
in a
just
row this
thinking,
has happened.
not true.
Oh, with them arrested, it probably depends on what county you live in and how much police they have. Because, like here, they literally is a sign by my house that's saying fireworks are illegal. I it sounds like I'm in a war zone over here. It's so much fireworks going off, and it's not even dark outside.
I heard one,
Yeah,
a
girl,
one loud
people's
one.
car alarms been going off. I can't. I don't even park in my carport because one 4th of July. This was when I had my old car. Somebody shot in the air and it hit my car. So I have to
Oh
park
yeah, that's a
somewhere
big thing
else.
too. People
Yeah,
shoot.
yeah.
That's what
This
the
is just.
Negroes do. They shoot instead of fireworks.
Well, there's a history of that a lot of people don't even know today. That it
Okay.
was to let them know because that was when we had our own towns and stuff that we were armed, so they wouldn't get drunk and come into town and think they was gonna pull something.
Uh,
Yeah, so that's what that with the black men shooting in the air. That's where that
uh.
comes from.
Well, speaking of history, I was just listening to on the Star Report. He was describing the history of the Mann Acts. So I
Mm-hmm.
wanted to play that too when we talk about Diddy. We're gonna talk about Armand. We're gonna talk about Tissa.
Oh, girl,
But
of
first,
course,
I want to talk
Armand.
about how right you and I were.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm glad you actually did come up first.
Girl, they might not let me with these fireworks. Y'all hear them? They have
A
lost their
little
mind.
bit. Yeah. It's not that bad though.
Well, I'm using a mic, so that might help some.
Yeah. I can hear it though. My little light is moving. This little light of mine.
Let me close my blinds because I think I might be the only one home. I think like my block is going. They went to go see the fireworks, and I don't want nobody coming in here jacking me up.
I don't know what to put in my hair. Alright, so let me find this video. Let's talk about the Diddy murder first. So Diddy, of course, as we all know, is found not guilty of the major crimes and found guilty of transportation of prostitutes, which is the also known as the Mann Act. And that apparently back in the day was a law made to keep black men from transporting white women across state lines. Um, so I feel like with the prosecution taking an L, they're going to do as much as they can to keep that man in jail for as long as they can.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that is where when Trump said, "Well, goddamn," I
You
think
telling
that
me?
when Trump said if he doesn't see any mistreatment yet, I think if they try to keep him in jail for 20 and something years, for they said the guy I saw somewhere that there are no guidelines, but then I saw somewhere they said where the guidelines are like from 0 to like 24 or 27 months, something like that. But y'all know they're gonna try to give him 20 years for that. And another thing is I'm tired like the chef lady. Ooh, she is up here crying about how she don't feel safe and da 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 da, and all these heifers that wrote in saying keep him in jail, keep him in jail. But my thing is, if he was found not guilty by a jury of his peers of the most violent and serious crimes, how can you keep him in jail for something he was found not guilty of?
Well,
Oh,
basically, what they're saying is that his lawyers essentially claimed, like they went in court and said that he did this. I know, of course, he did it because they did it because they were trying to get in front of the tape. But now they're using that as though he has a violent record, which he actually doesn't.
you say
So
he does it?
it's kind of like some tricky stuff that they're doing. In my
Yeah,
personal opinion, I think it's because those letters. I really 100% think that judge about to let him go home. Then those letters showed up.
yeah, because it sounded like he was. Then they
Mm-hmm.
all, thank you. Yes, I am feeling better. I'm not going to be up here too long because my voice is already starting to sound. I feel a strain already. I don't know if you can hear
Oh,
the
you were
stuff in my
sick.
background. Yeah, I was sick all week.
Oh
Um,
man.
yeah, something hit me hard. I don't know what it was. My niece, my little baby niece was in here. I picked her up. Then, I don't really fool with babies all like that. Then next thing you know, I'm sick. So,
Well, I'm glad you're feeling better. Yeah, my voice has been going out too. And I don't know if it's because I've been trying to do this YouTube thing. I still don't know what I'm doing. So my videos are a little raggedy, but we get there.
you know what? I am gonna go downstairs to get some honey because I need something else to drink too. I want my hair to dry. Hold on.
You know,
I'm
I
gonna
was
put my
supposed to do
phone
my
down.
hair today, and my hair did not come yesterday, and I was so disappointed. And I also ordered this that Dove curl mask because I wanted to try it. It looks really good. Because I'm done buying these overpriced hair products because they're no
Yeah.
better. Sometimes they're worse.
I'm telling you, they dry my hair out. That's why I use
Hmm.
that stuff that I make. And my silk purse lasts in the summer for about 3 weeks.
Well, you know I'm gonna be a customer because I've been looking for something.
I see. I gave my daughter had some. I don't know if she's still in here. And she actually used it as a conditioner, which I would only recommend if you're not going to curl your hair, only because it has honey in it, and it might
Mm,
you might cook your hair if you apply heat to it. So you got to wash.
got you. Okay.
I
Okay.
fuck with bugs.
Girl, these spiders about to run me up out of here. They done gone crazy. I'm gonna have to spray for them tomorrow.
So yes, we were right. That was not trafficking or RICO.
Mm-mm.
I don't know if you guys been seeing the one of the alternate jurors speaking out about how he would have voted that it was not a RICO. His you know he didn't think it was a RICO either. He said that the freak off tapes that they did see, no one looked like they were under duress. Um, he just didn't see it for RICO or X trafficking, which we were saying the whole time. We were haters and woman haters and all the above. But the facts are the facts, the rules are the rules, and right is right, wrong is wrong. Can
Well,
y'all
you
hear
know
me?
what I think happened is people, and I realized this when I was researching the Mann Act because I was trying to do my little video. And as I was reading through the article, they started putting things about the trial in the article about the Mann Act that were incorrect. Because see, I've been like following the trial, like the people that have the transcripts and the live tweeting from the actual court.
For my honey.
I think what's happening is people reporting wrong information. And that's why everyone is so gun ho, like thinking that we're crazy. Because
We
they're
are not
they're they're
crazy.
watching the news. They're following what they're saying on the news and these crazy bloggers and all of this stuff. And these people are taking stuff out of context. They're telling half of the testimony. They're leaving out the part about the people being caught lying on the stand. All of these things. I saw this woman, girl. I saw this woman up here talking about, yeah, we heard the tapes, we heard the threats. So I don't know how they can say not guilty. She's not telling you the only threat that we heard was from Cassie. Yeah, we did hear a tape of someone making a threat. It was the victim. We didn't hear
Yeah.
no tape of him threatening nobody in this whole trial. The only threat he was like, I will silence you, I will stop talking to you. Like, you gonna silence treat me, I'm gonna give you the silence treatment. It was just like, I'm gonna break up with you kind of stuff. The only violent threat in this entire trial that they presented was from Cassie.
And the man that's suing Cassie was saying that she was the one who forced the period Schmeck's issue. He said he didn't know he was doing that because the room was dark and she forced that issue, not Diddy. And he also said that when I go back upstairs, I'll play it. that she, we always said that she was setting up her own freak offs and stuff, but she's not as victimy as she they and the prosecution would have you believe. Did you in the comments? Did y'all see the man that's suing Cassie?
Oh well, it looks like
Everybody's making
you're
fun of him
kind of
because he
breaking up
had
a little
to.
bit because you're in the kitchen.
Uh,
But guys, there's a man. Tasha K actually premiered the interview with him today, and
Let me turn my
he
Wi-Fi
did a
off
whole
here.
interview about what Richie is talking about, how why he's suing her, some of the things that she did to him. Yeah, this how he
All
got
right,
into
all right.
doing this situation with them. It's a lot of stuff that he's giving, and this is not a random. This is not a Tony Busby type thing. This is a person that's been verified by the federal government. He talked to the federal government. I'm sorry,
Ooh,
y'all.
they sound like they were outside your
Yeah,
window.
happy for. But yeah, this is a man who this is not a Tony Busby victim where we don't even know if he knows these people. No, this is a man who was part of the federal case. So
Yeah,
that doesn't mean that every last thing he says is true. We don't know. We weren't there. But there are a lot of things that he's saying that are probably true. Also,
yeah.
going back to the reason why I never ever believed she was trafficked was her own lawsuit. I actually read the actual lawsuit, not just the cover page. And I was like, this ain't trafficking. This is not what trafficking, being trafficked is. There's no, they just put this word in here to be salacious. But what is being described in this lawsuit is not a person that's being trafficked. And not only that, I had suspected that she was the one that started the freak offs. But when this trial happened and they couldn't produce a victim prior to her, I'm convinced that she's the one that started these freak offs. Oh yeah, we in the hood for real. This ain't even, we in the hood in LA with fireworks going off. Hey Q.
I wanted to talk about. Also wanted to talk about Armand Wiggins and Tissa Tells. We could talk about Armand Wiggins or whatever. I'm gonna show the videos in a second. But I also, while everybody's all up in arms about Armand, it seems like it's mainly the Barbs. Um, why isn't anybody talking about Tissa? Damn, they're getting attacked down there by a man. Like it was this man. I don't know who he was, and this woman. She was saying Tissa is a colorist. She attacks black men. Yada yada yada. She got all these followers, which I thought that was weird to point out. But like, where's the outrage for this man attacking this girl? They was accusing her of being a federal informant. Yes, we're gonna talk about Tissa. As soon as I go upstairs, I came down here to get my honey and my soup for my voice go out, and we're gonna get into that in a second. But yeah, did y'all see
Ooh,
the man
sorry.
that was attacking Tissa? He was on him. Yes, he was. Who? What is his name? He act like he acts like she's the only one who was on it. Right. Listen, everybody can have their opinions, but to go and attack her was disgusting. And I
I
put on
agree.
Tissa's page, I wrote a comment. I said, Tissa girl, lovely T, that bitch is not your friend. And y'all know me, I don't care about no. Oh, that was Ratchet TV. I don't care. Or that Armand probably help him put him up to that because he act like he in love with that boy. I don't care about nobody being my friend on YouTube or whatever. But Tissa, Lovely T is not your friend because you were interviewing her, and as soon as that man got to hollering, she was like, "Oh, I don't do drama," and got right the f away from you. She didn't help you stand up, help you say. She ain't say, "Don't talk to her like that." Or if I was out there, I don't care for Tissa style reporting. I used to love Tissa when she was talking about Portia and Simon or whatever. But pussy power, like y'all just want to attack this lady down here because y'all mad. Y'all better get glad. who really gives a shit? Like, Diddy don't care about none of y'all. None of us.
You know what I think is happening with Tissa? The ironic thing is kind of it's
Girl.
my mouth. Yeah, they had stopped. The ironic thing is it's kind of the same thing that is happening with Diddy. Is this that because people are starting to kind of see that your character is not on the up and up, now they think they can just attack you. That's what's so ironic. The reason why nobody cares about this is because Tissa has been lying. And it's happened. This started before this Diddy thing. So I think a lot of people are just like, girl, you
Say
on your
what all
own.
the time, Shelves.
You know, I don't think nobody should be attacking anyone for something that they say on
What
their
was she lying
channel.
about? That
Just don't watch
Kanye?
them.
What was she lying about? That Kanye said something to her?
No. I have not. To be perfectly honest with you, I have not been personally watching her, but there are some people that have come into my algorithm that are complaining about her and putting up clips of some. It's a little crazy. Some of the stuff that she's over there saying.
Well, we know that Keisha is crazy.
But that's her
Crazy,
channel.
like
You don't
crazy
have
in
to
the
watch
head,
her.
but like likes to, let's say, embellish. Whatever she like to do on her channel, that's what she like to do. How is it affecting Ratchet TV and that other bitch she was with? He was with.
Exactly.
That's my point.
I don't know how is it that they are that like everybody started beefing because everybody is entitled to their opinion. Now,
Exactly.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't really understand how anyone could look at the evidence and the testimonies in this case and still be sitting up here talking about this man is guilty. That's a little
Because you're doing it for
but if
clicks and
that's what she
views,
feels, that's what she feels.
you do it because you want clicks and views. You want the engagement. You see, this is where everybody. And I'm gonna give Jamal. Hold on, I have my stuff. Give me my stuff. I got honey. I need some water. Okay. I got my honey. I got my iced tea. I just need some water. Good to go. Mama, some papas. Turn this air off. Or should I leave it on? I'll turn it off. What was I saying? Whatever Tissa says on her channel, that's her business. When I watch her channel and she say something stupid or she's meandering or whatever, I turn it off. I just don't understand how it affects people to the point where they actually acting like they want to harm her or they running around looking for her. Like that was weird, and I just didn't like. I didn't like it.
From what I'm seeing, it's kind of happening to her what she's doing to Diddy. It's almost like a karma thing that people are inciting this because it's coming up in my feed and I don't even watch Tissa. It's coming up all through my feed. People coming at her, people putting up videos of her saying something crazy or seeming unhinged or just lying. It's all up and down my feed. And so I kind of feel like I don't know. I think she triggered some people somehow. Maybe people feel like
Yeah,
they've
they
been wrongfully
definitely
accused
seem
of stuff. I
triggered.
don't know what exactly happened because I don't watch her. But something
Well, I'm gonna show
happened
you.
where people snapped on her.
They did. It was like soon as they read that, not guilty or whatever, however it went, then people came outside and they was looking for her, looking for her, looking for her. Now she claimed one of the Combs kids was like, "Where is she at? Where is she at?" Now the guy was claiming, I'm gonna play it for you, that she's a federal informant. She gets special privileges. She ain't gotta wait in line. Yada yada yada. And then as I'm looking, she's got a barricade. I forget who was trying to go back and forth with me about it, but she's got a barricade set up right outside the courthouse just for her. And I was like, there might be something to that. You know, what they saying. Hold on, I'm gonna read your comments in a second. Um, what they saying. So wait, all right. So I'm gonna show you the video of what happened to Tissa first. RG, you actually have crazy eyes on your live. Who is Crazy Eyes, RG? And welcome. Let's see. Envy, Slim. Yes, very envious. Because the lady was like, she got all them followers. You better get glad. Oh yeah, I got that from my grandma. My ex mother-in-law. You better get glad. RG, welcome. Oh girl, please. Who are you talking to, RG? Shows. Would you stop giving this crazy? Oh, you talking about crazy? Oh, okay. I get it now. She docked both James and they mad. But why they so mad? She lying to her followers. She did say the girl's name. All right, so where I saw Tissa getting attacked besides her own live, but it was when Armand went live. So let me find that video. Hold on, give me a second. Armand Wiggins. Armand Wiggins. We bring the tea. Okay, so he was live. Chaos breaks out after the trial, part 2. Where's the part 1? I hate the way this is set up. Okay, so where are the lives? All right, live. This one. All right, let me stream. Share this. Share screen. This one. This. Here. This page. This is good. Wait, why is this up here? All right, now this is right after the verdict. And it looks like he's looking for her too, not for nothing. Yeah.
He
So
gave
that's
court
part of
today.
it.
Views of the case. And how do you feel about the outcome? I feel like Diddy should have beat it all. What you think about the case? What do you think?
Like I said, he was going to get found guilty for 2 counts of prostitution. The trafficking charges I knew were never going to stick.
Okay, this is the guy who was cussing Tissa out. They came out looking crazy. They lost their mind. And I feel like the day before, when they read the partial charges, that was a 52 fake out because they had Tissa and everybody else like, oh, they found him guilty. They found him guilty. They was crying and stuff. Child, that was the 52 fake out.
Yeah, I think that's what triggered people.
Huh?
I think that's what triggered people. Her sitting up there saying that they had found that man guilty when they didn't.
Right. But if you watch her channel, you
people.
know that she does a lot of guesstimation, I guess you can call it. And sometimes it comes true. Most of the time it doesn't.
Girl, they had already did the mock trial.
Free Puff, 2 years, he'll be home. King of New York.
Wow.
New York.
Now that guy is looking
I'm
for
feeling right now.
Tissa.
I feel like I already knew. I felt like we were definitely getting the prostitution. I feel like we could have got this.
No, you didn't, Armand. Because his last couple of lives, he was saying, y'all don't see that he guilty of RICO and the sex trafficking. It's right there. He was getting mad because people didn't see it.
Sex trafficking, but Jane Doe, she threw the case at that part. The RICO was going to be murky anyway. Yep. So if they wouldn't have had Jane Doe to the case, they probably would have got the trafficking with Cassie
Jane Doe to make
it to 10 years. Yeah. But Jane Doe fucked it up.
You should have found a bit more.
She did. She fucked it up.
They really needed Gina. I said without Gina.
Yeah. Jane Doe threw the case.
And speaking of Gina, I know that Tissa spent a lot of time calling and still does call Gina a big dummy But the way these hoes is, I'm sorry, the way these girls are crying now about not feeling safe and all this, that, and third, Gina was the smartest one because you didn't have to testify if you don't want to. Just like the chef said, she didn't testify because she threw a fit. Like, they can subpoena you to testify. If you watch Law and Order Special Victims Unit, them girls be like, no, I'm not testifying. Y'all can't protect me. And they be like, all right, well, we got to do it a different way. Because what you don't want is a witness to go up there and sabotage your case like Jane Doe allegedly did. So you didn't have to testify. They could have made you testify, but you could have protested that, or just like, I'll get to the chef in a minute.
Gina was gonna be the one that makes Diddy go.
But I've been saying this thing from the beginning.
Love you, William.
So
right on point.
I've been saying it from the beginning.
Hey, where's your girl at?
I literally said you could see this trafficking or you could not. It's there if you want to, but Jane Doe kind of throws it off. I said what I said.
You heard
I've
him
been
say,
in the
where's
middle
your
of the
girl
entire
at?
time. I still feel like the trafficking was there. Hey. But, you know, I knew the RICO was going to get muddied. But I also knew that we was getting the prostitution for sure. Somebody said I've been hating. Cheryl, I think you got the wrong one, boo. I said how I feel. I still feel like the trafficking, but you threw Jane Doe in the mix. Cheryl, she fucked it up. I didn't take it personal, so I don't feel away. Y'all would never say I was on here yelling at my camera like I just had it all. There was times where I told you I didn't know what it was gonna say. So bitch, you a lie.
Fired.
You ain't never saw me saying that I just knew what it was gonna be. Bitch, you're a lie. You must got me confused with another channel.
Tissa.
Don't play with me, because I never gave that. We laughed and keyed at the baby oil over here. I gave y'all my opinion last night, but don't play me.
I feel bad for him. I understood the joke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do not play with me.
We'll get on that.
I understand he should.
Do not play with me, because girl, y'all want to throw this on me because I told y'all last night I feel like he did it. I still feel like he did it.
Done that in front of them.
But I did, like I told y'all, we was not getting no RICO. Had they not put Jane Doe in the mix, but they had to. They had to. Let me get Lovely T. Okay, so what we got 2 transportation for prostitution. No RICO. We knew, we knew that. Hey, we're the building. They talking about I've been hated. Girl, no, I have not been hating this. They talking about I've been hating this entire trial. Yes, I have. Girl, they want us all to be like, hey.
I'm proud of you. You've been doing your thing. You're the OG. You was down here first and foremost.
Absolutely. Ooh, tell it. Say that again. Okay. But they had to. Let me get Lovely T. Okay, so what we got 2 transportation for prostitution. No RICO. We knew, we knew that. Hey, we're the building. They talking about I've been hated. Girl, no, I have not been hating this. They talking about I've been hating this entire trial. Yes, I have. Girl, they want us all to be like, hey.
I'm proud of you. You've been doing your thing. You're the OG. You was down here first and foremost.
Absolutely. Ooh, tell it. Say that again.
She said you the one that got everybody down here. Hold on, let me read a couple of comments. What's the opposite of baby comes? Wait, what is it? Is it me? It's a big teeth, a big part. It's a lot of big things going on. You hear him asking, where's Tissa at? Yup, he did. Armand, ignore him, but Armand is walking around looking for something too.
What's up, Bridgie?
Hey, Dustin. I don't know yet. Give me some time. Let's see who got big teeth. Chomper.
What's up,
Okay, let's be very clear on that.
He was going to be guilty of something, right? There was too many receipts for him not to be guilty of anything. But again, this is going to set a precedence because you got too many people in the industry who think they can abuse men and women, who think they can treat them like sexual objects and discard them. And now, this is showing there's going to be consequences.
Hey.
Yes, this is why I switched to injection-free weight loss.
I was eating healthy, working out every day.
So much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, what do you guys feel about the verdict? Okay, what do you think?
Okay, this is the other girl who was coming up.
Come on. You asked me. Okay.
The hotel video was really indicative.
Yeah.
He's really dragged her back. That's all I gotta say. He's really lucky.
I think that Jane Doe was the reason why they couldn't see it.
See, but they needed Jane Doe to show how
No, because it's not.
And she flipped.
Gina was out.
Yeah.
So that's all they had to work with. But I do wonder if Gina did freak out.
Of course. She's going to do one. She's going to do one as soon as you get
Y'all,
home.
it's because of Jane Doe.
Ciao.
It's because of the law.
Okay, let's do it.
Exactly.
This wasn't
Okay,
a
I'm
business.
coming.
And they knew that because
Okay,
they had already did a mock.
Lift it up a little bit.
We're all not that tall.
Okay.
Cool. Thank you.
You're welcome. Yes. They said, where is Tissa? She might be going live soon. Wow. Explosive day. Hold on. Where is Queen? Let me see what Queen got to say. All of this. No real. Queen, what you think? You wanted me to come over and what you got to say about everything?
I told you guys from day one, okay, that it was not a RICO, and all they had was the man act. I've been telling my students this for months. At the end of the day, I was not for Diddy in the beginning, but when I came here and started seeing everything that was unfolding, getting more evidence and listening to the testimony, I knew exactly.
And you loving it right now.
Yes, absolutely.
Uh-huh.
Nobody is out of a career, and you know what I'm talking about.
Who? They saying it's me.
No, it's definitely not you. Forever.
No, girl. It's so
Love you,
bad.
Armand.
What you think, James? Okay. Okay. Oh, they said that they can hear. They can barely hear y'all. Y'all got to talk louder.
I said I'm happier with my look.
You look good. Okay, Sam. What do you think?
It was a freako.
Well, Sam. Well, what? So I didn't know. What was your position throughout the case? Cause now I'm seeing all these free Diddy people now. I don't remember it being this many of y'all.
Listen to me. My position from the beginning was the truth, okay? And anytime if I had something that wasn't the truth, I corrected it and I made it correct. And I don't approve of anything Diddy did. Obviously, the behavior towards women, I'm so disgusted. I hate domestic violence, right? But he wasn't guilty of those things. He was only guilty of prostitution, which is it's not a federal charge. How many men and women out there who have money have been with a prostitute? Be honest with yourself. That man almost had his entire life taken away.
They can't hear you. Shit.
Oh, we're on live?
Is it me?
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't got no mic. Shit.
Hilarity.
Can y'all hear? Say something.
Check, 1, 2.
That's why I don't go live from the courtroom.
Yo, 1, 2. Diddy's free.
I understand. It was a win for independent journalism because we all called
Yes,
it.
we did.
We did our thing, you know.
We did our thing, you guys.
Shout out to us.
Big win for independent journalism. We're giving
Oh, Armand, look at you.
It's not giving you. There's 115 in life.
Shout. What you think about the verdict?
Bro, he got what he deserved, I guess. I thought they was gonna give him the whole thing.
Diddy. Okay. Listen, don't try to play me. I come here and people want me to say my isms and cackle, and y'all got my opinion last night on the last day. Don't play with me. Girl, I've been very neutral this entire time. I've been flipping and flopping back and forth. So don't try to play me. I always told you I don't know how this is gonna go.
I took control, went solo, and built my own online knife empire.
Hey.
You're a stylist. You're a stylist?
No.
You need to be.
Thank you. Wow.
Did you get it?
No. I'm just child. This time out. Oh, Cassie's lawyer's leaping from the back on the back. He's leaping on the back. He's trying to sneak out. Cassie's lawyer trying to sneak out. He's trying to sneak out.
And she hasn't been her entire life. You know, stands convicted.
Where's the mic? This is the man behind these letters.
Where's the mic? Oh,
Two fingers. Still substantial jail time. Obviously, we would like to see a conviction on the sex crimes and RICO counts. But we're pleased that he's been held responsible for something. This is something that hasn't happened in his lifetime. And, you know, we're hopeful that ultimately he receives a substantial sentence.
I think he was still there. You got your money, go.
We're pleased that Cassie's brought to light everything that has happened in this trial. I just spoke with her, with the U.S. Attorney's Office team, and she's in a good place. She's pleased that, again, the jury is not liable, she's guilty of
What was her reaction?
and I've seen a statement as well, and that's good. But her reaction is what I just said. Her reaction was that she was pleased that he's been found guilty and held responsible to federal crimes, something that he's never been held responsible in his entire life. And she's happy that in November of 2023, she came forward and shined a light on this and brought other people forward who have various civil claims. And we'll see what happens in the second. All right? Thank you very much. I can't repeat it again, but please. I'm sorry. So, what was your question? Your reaction is what happened. The reaction is that we're pleased that he's finally been held responsible for 2 federal crimes, something that he's never faced in his life. He still faces substantial jail time. Okay. Of course, we would have liked to have seen a conviction on the sex crimes and RICO, but we understand beyond a reasonable doubt is a high standard, and we're just pleased that he still faces substantial jail time.
How much time is he looking at?
How much time?
Doug Wigdor, W-I-G-D-O-R. Well, each is faces up to 10 years on each. I'm not sure what the sentencing guidelines are given the various different things, but I'll leave that up to the government and the defense to argue. But I feel confident in saying that he still faces substantial incarceration.
How will you feel if he walks out on bail?
It's up to the judge. I don't have a personal vested interest in it. Whatever the appropriate thing to do under the law is what should be done. And he needs to accept pursuant to the guidelines and pursuant to the law. My understanding of that is that he faces significant incarceration. So thank you very much.
Thank you. All right, so he's saying that Diddy is still going to go down for a significant amount of time. He can face up to 10 years per charge. But he most likely won't get the max on that. But that could be up to 20 years, but, you know, they probably won't do that, okay? So they're saying that it can be up to 10 years per charge, okay? So now we're back getting the rest of the tea, okay? Let's continue to get going. Let's continue to get going. Ciao. Let's continue to keep going. That's why I wear my crop top today, baby.
I don't think it's snatched it off.
Stop yelling at me, please. I'm trying to work.
Oh.
I'm like, stop yelling at me, please. Girl, I'm trying to work.
Come on, Armand, give me a little five and go.
Okay, so I just caught up with Cassie's lawyer. He's saying that he's happy that, you know, Diddy did get something. He was held accountable for something. Cassie is happy that he's been held accountable for something. They would have liked to see the RICO and the sex trafficking charges because he hasn't been held accountable for anything in a very long time. He said, but he does feel that Diddy...
You ever seen a dinosaur in the wild?
It's okay.
Come on.
I don't mean in a theme park.
Will face a significant amount of time. He says each charge can be charged up to 10 years each. I don't think that's going to happen.
No, it's not.
But he feels like there's a significant amount that he can be charged for.
Thank you, beloved.
What do you think?
Well, I think he's not going to have a significant amount of time because we did the math. He didn't have any prior convictions, and we looked at the chart, did we not, Sylvia? And it wasn't a whole lot of time. Is all I'll say. But I will say this, and I can't tell you all the whole tea, but we have some tea that is really why we didn't want it to go the other way.
Wait, what's the tea?
I can't say it.
Okay.
Maybe I can say it tomorrow. Right
well,
now,
the verdict
Sylvia,
is in.
Sylvia, you know the tea.
Uh-oh.
This is inside information.
You got your free Diddy shirt on?
You told me to put it on. You know you want to put it on.
People were like, what does that say? I thought more people would be in them because they handed it out to all of us.
I can't give it to you.
Where is she?
What's happening?
We got a team love shit on Armand.
Justice was
Yeah. Wait, what's coming on over here? Girl, I gotta go back. I don't know. I just got Cassie's lawyer back here. He snuck out to the back.
It was such a fucking nightmare. They were all horrible. Like, really horrible. I wasn't on the list.
Yeah,
Jesus.
before they go to shut up.
I'm like, this is why I don't go live at the courthouse show, because I'll be trying to work and I just
What'd you say, Richie?
Give me a second. So, the prosecution probably won't come out. Diddy's team is probably going to come out through the front. Because the Cassie lawyer snuck out through this way. But so I just got him on. Oh, here he go. Look at Ratchet.
They lied to y'all. Everybody lied to y'all. They lied to y'all.
Who lied?
We watched them. They lied. They tried to control the narrative with the media. They tried to control the narrative with the media, and they lied. Diddy is coming home. They lied to y'all. Hope is coming home. They lied to y'all. Tissa, tell them how you lied to them about the prosecution. How you lied to them about the prosecution.
Oh my God.
Let's tell the truth. Tell them the truth. What happened to the RICO? Tissa telling lies.
Did your pop-up ever tell you same thing make you laugh, make you cry, Shelps? That bitch crying now. Armand.
Oh my God. Girl. These people is crazy.
They are big too.
Yo. Why are they doing this? Why is he doing this?
I bet you asking the same thing about the people doing that to him.
Oh.
They turned on your ass too.
Girl, he is dumb. Like, these people get out here and they just start acting an ass. Oh my God. That's why I be everywhere. You gotta move quick. Because you never know. Oh God.
So they need to be going in too.
You talk about look at me, girl. I'm all over the place. It's a lot going on. I'm all over the place. I don't know, but I'm gonna be back. Oh God. Oh shit, now they about to go. Oh my God. They about to come over here and start fucking with this lady. Oh my God. They about to come over here and start fucking with this lady. They about to They look. They oh my. Oh, they about to come over here and start fucking with this lady. Look, she running, look. Look.
Platform to gain more followers and money. You lied to your whole platform
Look.
to gain money. You lied to everybody to gain money. Are you gonna give your subscribers their money back for the lies you told?
Oh my God. Child.
You're the mad one. Broke? Me broke? You think I'm broke?
Oh.
Armand Wiggins.
You put a finger on me up in this motherfucker. You ain't gonna put a finger on me. I'm not touching nobody. I'm not in harm of nobody. I'm not even within 6 feet of you. You're a liar. You are a liar, Tissa.
What?
They told us that
Is
yesterday.
a liar.
They saying that Tissa said, they saying that.
And she's working for the prosecution. And she was paid by the prosecution. She's a federal informant, and she was paid by the prosecution to tell lies on social media. Especially this right here in front of the court building, that she's a fucking liar.
You cracked the case. And all the while, you were soaking in the bath. Audible. There's more to imagine when you listen.
Hi, I'm Jeff. I'm a former workers' compensation judge,
I know he getting
and I
this
used to
good
represent
ass.
insurance.
Oh, my God.
Oh yeah, them ass pain.
The same week, but 8 weeks, we don't give a damn about that.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
Same dry ass week for 8 weeks.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
It's not that funny.
Off the Diddy case and the lies you told. You gained your momentum off the lies you told on P. Diddy. Now go back and apologize to her family for lying.
She also lied on Jonathan Majors and
And
making
she's
good.
Kula Robinson.
She hates black men. She's a
Oh my God.
And all, look at all the cameras. This is very uncomfortable for her. It's a lot going on. This is, and Child, and I'm just here. You know what I'm saying? I'm bringing you the news. You know what I'm saying? Because this is what you guys wanted me to do. They said, "Why is she behind the fence, girl? You better. You see, I'm not want you. I'm not gonna say nothing, but girl,
Gone off them damn lies you told.
you know what it gives, girl. When certain people have privileges, that's just what it gives. But I ain't no hater, no tea. But girl, certain people can just do certain things and other people can't. There's no shade. But I ain't impressed. I'm just here.
Cassie, make sure. I had to do it, Mom.
You had to do that. It was eating at you.
Now, if a nigga was out here doing all that lying, I'd be doing the same thing to him. Who else was lying? Point me in the direction of another lie. She's sweating over there because she knows she did all the goddamn lying. Go call me, bro. Girl, I got more money in my bank account than you. Stop playing with me.
Now, I'm not gonna lie. Tissa making a coin,
She
though.
made her money in 8 weeks.
She making a coin. I ain't gonna lie.
She making a coin. You seen my bread, too.
Oh, okay.
I ain't broke.
Okay. See, I'm not finna do that.
Drop them super chats and show her how broke I am.
Get away from me.
Show her how broke I am. Lying ass.
Oh,
Your lying ass.
look.
You a motherfucking liar,
Now, what do you feel about this?
You a motherfucking liar, Tissa.
Y'all know she's a liar who lied. She called me a drowning rat because I'm dark skinned. She's a whole colorist. She doesn't like black men. Every black man's always guilty before any evidence comes out with her. That's the facts. Look how she talked about Jonathan Majors and making good, saying that her relationship was a sham and a scam and all of that. She's just a low-down liar. And you already know that she lied about Kanye West, about to give her an exclusive interview.
Girl.
She didn't see Kanye. Talk about he was in the courtroom. He was not in the courtroom. He was in a private overflow room, just like I reported. Because I have integrity and tell the truth, and she's a liar who lies. Buy a wig.
Oh.
Put that dry ass wig on that you've been wearing for the last 8 weeks. Talking about I'm broke. Go get a new goddamn wig.
Oh my God.
I don't like this.
Right now, they're exposing Tissa Tales.
Get him out of the way. Handle him. I want them to put their goddamn hands on me.
Here comes Lovely T.
Because I stopped watching her.
Put their goddamn hands on me. Remove him.
They've said that she's working with the feds and all kind of stuff.
When did this happen? When did this happen?
The day of the
She's a
verdict.
YouTuber that's working for the feds.
The day of the
Child.
verdict? Okay.
Look at Lovely T. Look at Lovely T.
And paid by the prosecution. Paid by the prosecution.
Girl, this is so bad. Look, it's so messy. And you're loving it. Look at you. Girl, what you think? Don't try to hit me. Girl, I'm just here. I'm here as a tool and a vessel. Girl, if y'all really knew what was going on y'all would just be like, it's just, I'm gonna just say this. It's a lot of different variables. I never said too much about nothing because I wanted to keep, let me get Holly. Definitely gonna make him say I'm quite good.
Hello, bro.
So I have to come on. Can I have something?
I thought it was going to see if we're going to get with it.
I have to put my camera is on. Holly?
Yes.
Oh my God, big win for you guys today.
We're not out the woods yet.
Okay.
Let's see what happens after 1 o'clock.
What happens at 1 o'clock?
Both parties are going to be filing their submission for whether or not he can get bail and come home immediately.
Okay, so a lot of people are talking about like the content creators and the YouTubers and people saying lies and knowing it was a RICO and a racketeering. How did you feel about that? Now, Holly, if you guys don't know, she is the crisis publicist for Diddy. How has this trial been for you?
It's been tough. I don't think that he was charged for what he did, but for who he is.
Okay.
And I think people need to question everything.
Mm-hmm.
And, I think the fight's not over. And I just want to see justice served.
Thank you, Holly, so much. It's been a pleasure working with you. I know you guys probably haven't liked everything that I've said, but I tried to stay as neutral as possible. Thank you.
You're fair. Thank you.
And it was more funny than... Mwah, Holly, we'll talk. So, yes.
Only through Monday, save up to 35% during Raymore and Flanagan's 4th of July Super Weekend Sale. Combine select mattress sale pricing with interest.
I just been watching everything.
Thank you so much. I love the glasses. So that was Holly. So she snuck out through the back. She's been the crisis publicist for Diddy's team the entire time. Now, if you don't know, a lot of people were talking about how Holly was paying the media and trying to get them to push a narrative against Diddy. Holly never paid me. Holly never paid never paid the media. So that was who that was. So that was an exclusive. So she snuck out the side. So you guys, this is why I'm moving everywhere. You see that? I'm not a game. And don't ever think that you can play with me or play me. Okay? Hey. It's a lot of moving parts. And now we're back. I wanted to get Holly because she's been a big part. You didn't get Holly. She snuck out.
I was talking to her.
Okay. You should.
Where they did
Child. Look. They're talking shit about Tissa when they're in the corner. Child, this is a mess. Whew. How do I? I'm on. Yeah. Good job, man. Thank you. I appreciate it. It's nothing but love over here. Nice meeting you too. Okay, so that should tell you what kind of reporting I've been doing throughout this case. I've been fair. So don't ever play me. Because I didn't want to do that this time. I didn't want to take a side because it wasn't for that. It was for my people.
Talking about you, babe. Hello.
Thank you so much. Thank you, boo. Love you. Hello? Yes. It has been pure pandemonium. Uh-oh. Who we got? Who is this? Who is this Negro? Let me say. I just need to get a black ball and pull out this. I don't know who that is.
I'm gonna come behind you. Come here behind.
That too. I forgot.
I don't really think I care who this is, but I'll.
Okay, I guess there's somebody leaving. Let's talk about this part before I play the oil part. I don't know if he got that on his, but I think the girl hating, I remember she had made a comment about Tissa having so many followers and her hating about Jonathan Majors and not liking her because she's dark skinned. Ma'am, sit down, please. And then the guy that's
Wow.
yelling at her for like 10 minutes straight, like, why are you so mad? Like, what does what she says on her platform have to do with you? Like, why are you up in arms to the point that she has to have a barricade around her? Now, y'all know I'm not a big fan of her, but like, come on, why are y'all doing all of that?
I think we missed something. Because it's not just those two people. It's a bunch of people. I feel like it's karma. But I think that something specifically happened that she did or said that triggered a lot of Black people.
Well, I
Again,
mean, her
I feel
constantly
like we're
saying
missing something.
it was her constantly saying he's guilty, he's going to jail, and just basically really championing that whole movement. Really, chaos breaks out. I don't know what this is. I don't remember anything. This is just more him talking.
I swear the loud fireworks only start when I talk.
To still see his family. The family was there. He did a prayer.
So we're going to watch the oil thing. Let's see on somebody else's channel. Well, he actually did a thing. At first, he was like, "F y'all," but then he issued a statement.
Well, on the radio here in LA, they were saying that these were Diddy supporters throwing oil on each other. And I was like, oh man, I felt so bad because I have been watching him the whole time. And I understand the joke of the oil, and it had nothing to do with supporting Diddy.
Well, I understood the joke, but I also thought it was very poor timing. I even think the joke on his live is actually really trashy. But that's, what he wants to do. That's his gimmick. Fine. But to do it in front of the courthouse right after the verdict, it leads gives the impression that you are championing or you're for Diddy, which you claim not to be. And if you are, you are. If you're not, you're not, whatever. But more importantly, you have victims, alleged victims, who terror begins with this oil. So it seems just really callous and disrespectful to the victims because the oil, a lot of people's trauma started with this oil. If you're to believe that these girls are victims.
You know what I think happened with him? I think he kind of went into this with sort of the idea that I had that these people were not trafficked or anything, but he was trying to act as though he didn't. And I think that that's what got him caught up a little bit too.
Well, Armand seems to always shoot himself in the foot when he gets a little momentum going. We've seen him do it on TGI Friday. Little thing he had going on with Jason Lee. This is like a pattern with him where he gets some momentum going. I think somebody said that in the chat. And he always gets like, let me see if I can find it. I feel like when he started going on Nancy Grace, it was going to backfire. What happened on Nancy Grace? I didn't see what he was on.
I
Nancy
did
Grace.
too. I knew that was a terrible idea for him to
What?
be on there with Nancy Grace. I didn't even watch it because I was like, I don't want to see nothing bad happen to this man.
I can tell you right. It was a setup. She don't.
Yeah.
Honestly, I watched Nancy Grace's interview, and I don't like. I don't. I don't. Hey, I don't think I watched the Nancy Grace interview, and I don't. I agree with. I disagree with Nancy Grace. I don't like. I dislike Nancy Grace. I don't like her. I don't like the way she talked to Armand Wiggins about this, because she didn't even listen to what he had to say. She interrupted him a lot, in my opinion. I don't like Nancy Grace, so uh, Nancy Grace is irrelevant to me in this case. I know she's done a lot of good things, but I don't agree with her.
Nancy Grace was going real far. Even Sherelle did a video about her. Nancy Grace was doing too much.
Nancy Grace has always been trash.
Yeah, it was getting unhinged to the point where I feel like what I'm a little worried about is these people getting riled up like this, and these jurors are just regular people. They are not celebrities. They do not have bodyguards and security and all of this stuff. And you just egging people, someone could get hurt. Like, you know, and I feel like people are not understanding. We all have to serve jury duty. These are regular people who just did their civic duty. And to be kind of like rallying people against them is, to me, it's almost a threat. You know, I don't like it at all. And I hope that these people's identity don't get leaked and they end up getting doxxed and all this crazy stuff, because these people, I'm not normally in that section of YouTube. But it kind of started coming into my feed. And when I started watching it, these people are crazy.
Shelb said a pretty bitch can't even lie to her. A pretty bitch can't even lie to her subscribers.
You know,
if that's what you want to do, if that's what they want to hear.
Yeah.
That's what they want to hear. I mean, who gives a shit? Turn the channel if you don't want to see it.
I almost don't care because he wasn't found guilty of those charges. So, in the words of another,
more oil.
Yeah, more oil.
Listen, Armand had an amazing run. I still think that he was on TMZ. He was on with Joe Tacopina. He was on that white lady's channel. She liked him. It was just a bad judgment call. He got caught up in the moment. He eventually issued a statement, but I think it's more disturbing that this man is hollering and screaming at Tissa, and everybody's just like laughing and kicking, and like nobody stepped in. I didn't like when Lovely T was like, she was actually in the interview in the box thing with Tissa and ran out of there when the guy started yelling, and when the guy and the girl started yelling together. Let me see if I can find it. God, she posts so much. Let's see. Not guilty. I guess this is it. Bail denied. Maybe this one. Maybe this is the one. Yeah, this is it.
Their mother, their father, their brother, their friend be treated
called
like
that
that.
boy broke.
But again, it is what it is.
He called the boy broke, and I think that's what amped him up even more.
The prosecution is saying they are going to go for the maximum sentence, which carries 20 years. The judge is charged with sentencing. There's a chance that he could be out on probation. Now, I'm going to take you into the courtroom. What happened? Of course, listen, looking back. So I know what you guys are thinking. What happened? Because and that is prostitution. Now, this turned down. I think this was a miscarriage of justice. I think the jury got it wrong. But the jury was older. They were misogynistic. They were horrible, okay?
Now, why they got to be misogynistic? Because they don't agree with you. They agree with the law.
With the law. The reality of the situation is this man did not have an ex-trafficking ring. When TMZ did the mock jury, the foreman of the jury explained why they could not vote guilty on those charges. And the same exact thing happened with the real jury, because this wasn't a business. There was no monetary gain or attempt of monetary gain. There was no proof of profit or someone trying to make a profit. And that is what these laws were intended for. They were made for pimps, not Johns. Laws have intent. They're
all right,
not
let's
just, yeah. So
another mistake, I believe, okay? Not charging other co-conspirators. It looked crazy for Diddy to be sitting there by himself and claiming a criminal enterprise, okay? And making all the co-conspirators sit there in the court together. The way, okay, that they could have used this opportunity to dig through what Diddy had been doing illegally, but this is what money can buy you. Mark Agnifilo, he did it. Oh, I saw him in the elevator. He actually made a comment, right? Some people from ABC asked them, how did this happen, right? The fact that they're, and he said that this was a big win, okay? Somebody asked him, how did your big win feel? He said, in 35 years, I have never felt like this. He was looking like he had just won the Super Bowl. And they said, how do you feel? He said, I'm relieved that I don't feel miserable. I'm relieved that I do not feel miserable. And he said in 35 years, he has never felt like this. Again, it defies logic and it defies odds that this jury found that man innocent of all that.
No, it doesn't, because if you look at the demographics of the jury, most of them were white, educated, and from Westchester, New York. So it's not like how she called the deli worker fat or deli workers, like as if they wouldn't understand the charges. It wasn't anything like that. The people, the men on the jury, they're not misogynistic. It just did not. The man that she's talking about who did the interviews, he said they watched the freak offs. It did not seem like anyone was being there against their will. There are a lot of elements that go into a RICO. We're not going to keep relitigating that. It just wasn't there. And to just start, now the jury was misogynist and they don't know what they're talking about. It makes her lose even more credibility as a quote unquote journalist. Just take the L.
The kidnapping, the arson,
they didn't prove, this is what I'm saying to her. They did not prove that he did that. They didn't prove that there was arson. What kind of kidnapper lets you go home every night? What kind of kidnapper keeps you from 9 to 5 and takes you home every night? Like, what are you talking about? And then you want to come back. If somebody kidnapped me, I would not ask to come back and work for them.
robbery, everything that actually happened. And they said it didn't matter. They said those women's pain didn't matter. They said their bodies didn't matter. They said it didn't matter. And there are a bunch of
now I see why they be saying she be lying.
Idiots that literally are celebrating depravity. They're celebrating that you can use people as party favors. They're celebrating they can get away. And I get it. I see why Diddy and his family are celebrating. They want to get their money back. They want to get their lives back. But these bottom lickers that are celebrating, what's going on with that? What is going on with that? Again, I'm not going to even, I am so disappointed, not just in the jury, but in the people and in the public and in what that means. I am disappointed and I am disgusted. A red flag should have been those crap men laughing at his stupid misogynistic rape jokes, laughing at painting Cassie as a ho, laughing at all that. Hey. It should have been something of it. And it lets us know it's sending, listen, forget the Me Too movement because they always like to bring that up. It lets you know they don't think you matter. They don't think your pain matters. They would die if it was their mom, their sister, their sister, their mom, their whatever. They would die. But when it's somebody else's, it's fine. When it's somebody else's, it's
no, because if that was my daughter, when she came to me the first time talking about that nigga wanting $20,000 and all the stuff that she was doing to make him happy, he would be dead, okay? Number one, and she wouldn't have went back. So there wouldn't have been my sister, mother, daughter, nothing. The fact is, Cassie sold her soul. She wanted to live that life. She wanted to be, that's what she wanted. She didn't ask to get her ass kicked. She didn't ask to be abused. She left and came back. Left and came back. Jane Doe, I don't think she was abused. I think the only time she got hit is when she hit him, right?
Yeah, she started that whole confrontation. She didn't just hit him. She should have been arrested. He should have called the police, which she could have unalived him, which she did.
They need to be mad at the prosecution, not at us. The prosecution, I said this, I could go back to my first video. I said, it sounds like they have a weak case. They're calling witnesses at the last minute. They don't know how long they're going to be. They couldn't get Gina. They tried to suppress the evidence that with the firebomb with the car, that it was female DNA. To me, they were playing dirty. I didn't know you were back here, Q. My bad. I didn't know you was back there.
I just clicked on the link.
Oh, okay.
Hey, good
What's up,
evening.
Q? Good
How is
evening.
everybody?
Yeah, y'all got to talk because my throat is like,
Y'all, I'm in Baghdad.
Girl, you got your
so
titties
I
out
Girl,
and
you better
everything?
put that shit on mute. Girl, you better put that on mute. What's up, Q? What you got to say?
Child, I'm just scratching and surviving.
All right, well,
What I got to say?
let's hear a little bit more of this nonsense you talking about.
Well, hold on before you play this. So I thought y'all said that Tissa was over in the corner like Nicki Minaj. I'm standing right here, and she was about to get jumped.
Kinda.
I ain't see no jumping. I ain't see nobody run up on her. I ain't see nothing.
You didn't see that man in her face? Well,
He
it's
wasn't in
close
her
to the
face.
barricade he could get.
He wasn't even close to the barricades. He was just walking around with his panties in a bunch because she called him broke.
And the girl talking about she colorist and all that.
I believe that part.
Everybody laughing. But either way, and to me, I think that was disgusting on his behalf. Ratchet TV is his name, I guess. You know, I don't know these people.
I don't know these people. I don't know her until y'all start talking about her.
And it's funny because Armand is cracking up, having the time of his life, cracking up. But you know, right around the corner is, you know, something similar happening to him. Sorry.
Like what?
After he get that oil poured on him, that goes viral, and everybody is in his comments grinding him the fuck F up currently as we speak, even after his apology. So same thing, make you laugh, make you cry, honey. I think that was him laughing. I didn't like it. I don't like it. Oh, so let's read the comments.
But this is what happens to you when you want to become a content creator and you give your opinion. People are going to have a problem with your opinion, whether it's good or bad. People are going to have an issue.
Especially if it's really strong.
Yeah.
And even like right now, I don't like that she's saying the jury is stupid and misogynistic and all of this stuff.
That's because she didn't get her way. She didn't go the way she wanted it to go. But that's what happens when you're on a jury. Now keep in mind that if all of us are on a jury, all of us are not going to have the same mindset. But we all could think the man, like when the case first started, we all could say, okay, he guilty. And then by the end of the case, we can be like, he ain't guilty. Or Kylie might say, no, he guilty. And I might say, no, he not guilty. So, you know, that's just how it goes. So you can't, she calling the jury stupid and all that kind of stuff is unnecessary. Because again, this is a case.
They got more education than her. One of them, child, please.
These are very educated people. The majority of the jury is like my age and older, advanced degree people.
Yes, advanced degrees.
So I think that what is happening is that people are not really understanding that what we're seeing of the law is a summary. There's like a whole long thing you got to read to see what these laws actually are. And they have all kind of things attached to them. So I only know this because, again, I started following this before with TMZ before the case started. You know, they all attorneys over there. Pretty much they did a mock trial and the voted the same exact way. And it was because of the law. And what I think that what these prosecutors were trying to do was trick the jury into voting guilty so they can set an example for the law to be used the way it was not intended. So that is what a lot, especially a lot of Black people, are celebrating, that the legal system did not get to railroad this Black man and frame him for something that he didn't do.
Well,
That's
also,
what people are celebrating.
Also, and I think you have said this before, Callie, and I agree. I think we've all kind of said it actually. I feel like that the court, when it was so much about his sex life,
Yes,
about what he did to Cassie, but like we've all said, y'all didn't get him on trial for SA and for physical abuse and stuff like that. Y'all got him on trial for different stuff. So after a while, it's like, okay, now that stuff is out the way, what we here for? And
yes.
I was talking, that was when I went to the movies the other day, I was talking to my best friend, and he
What you
was
say?
saying he don't think that Diddy is guilty or whatever. So I asked him why. He said because we see this shit what Diddy doing. We see this on Twitter. We see this online. We see niggas trying to sell ass online, trying to sell, like, we see people do that stuff all the time. So why is he in court? Why, if he's in court for all this other stuff, why is this stuff the main topic of everything that's going on?
Yeah. Like I said, the case was weak. Y'all spending way too much time in this man's bedroom. And where are y'all facts? Where is your investigation? I'll say it again. When this case first started, the way they had the information in the media, it was like, I thought there was going to be a prostitution ring. I thought there was going to be him selling a bunch of drugs. I just thought there was going to be so much more. Oh, in the tapes of the people, we were going to see so much debauchery from these tapes, and it was none of that. And the stuff that y'all did have, it was like, this why y'all do it? Y'all did all that for this? Like, what are y'all really doing? What are we really doing here?
And some of the people they had on the stand was not credible. There was no reason at all that Dawn should have had her ass up on that stand.
And one of that juror guy said that Dawn was they didn't believe Dawn as a whole. They didn't believe shit Dawn said. He didn't say it like that, but that's what he said. Let me see if I can find it.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Yeah.
But you know, Kalina had already told people that Dawn was lying, and everyone got mad and canceled her.
Yes, they did.
She told them, I was there. This did not happen. I did not see anything like this.
They was calling Kalina all kind of names, all kind of broke this and broke that because they didn't want to believe her. Now it's like, wait a minute, oh, she was telling the truth.
There's no way that Cassie wouldn't have put that in her lawsuit. She's asking for $30 million. She's not going to leave out that this man tried to hit her with a cast iron skillet. Nobody would do that. That didn't even.
Okay, here it is. Let's see.
But Cassie got kind of lie on the stand too. You know that, right?
Yes.
Images.
They all
did. Big one.
Some very graphic images.
Kind of low.
You heard very sexual and graphic details. What was that like, hearing that, and how did it impact how you viewed the case?
No, they were very graphic, and but I think overall, you know, we were looking at it from like one side, and it was definitely riveting and eye opening.
What did you see on the videos? You know, the press wasn't able to see it in real time.
Yeah. No, I mean, they were showing some of the. Well, I mean, there was both the freak offs and hotel nights, as they were called, from both of them. But it was.
Were they showing those videos?
They showed, well, again, you know, the defense and the prosecution showed different clips, so they were very selective. Like the prosecution was showing more, you know, just Cassie just sitting around.
The defense showed that.
Defense showed that, yeah.
Just her sitting around not engaging in sexual activity.
Yes.
The prosecution, when you had to have your headphones on and otherwise, what were you seeing then?
There was sexual activity, but I mean, it wasn't really.
Was it force?
No, it didn't. It didn't seem forced. It was actually like pretty tame.
Really?
Yeah.
Did she?
It was just a lot of rubbing oil and stuff on there. It wasn't anything too graphic.
So the prosecution failed Tissa, not the jurors. Y'all just want him to be in jail so bad.
You know, another guy that I follow on YouTube, he brought up a good point. He said that shouldn't we be glad that this man didn't have a trafficking ring? Shouldn't we be glad that there were not people out there being victimized and that this wasn't really happening? But it's all what they want. They wanted the government to be able to frame him because he hit a woman. But that's what they needed to have charged him with, but it was too late. The statute of limitation was over for that. So they were trying to literally frame him for a different crime. And these people are cheering for the federal government to be able to frame an American citizen. These people have lost their minds. And if they do that to him, a billionaire, imagine what they will do to us. Do y'all not see them building all these jails? These people are going crazy.
You see how fast they did Alligator Alcatraz?
Yeah, exactly. Like, I really think these people then got too comfortable. They're not keeping an eye on these politicians because they was really trying to pull something here. And I'm not no big old Diddy fan like that. I know you and I have had debates, but I will say this: I will never support what they were trying to pull in this case. And I don't think any American citizen or anyone living in America should support something like this. This is insane. This is not Russia where we just go, we don't like you, so we're going to put you in jail for the rest of your life and take your money.
I wanted to ask RG this, but didn't she do the same thing to Portia? I just don't like the hypocrisy. RG, what do you mean? I know what you mean about didn't she do like heckle Portia, or what do you mean?
But we also have to understand that, I'm not saying that we don't, but we also have to understand that this girl is a YouTuber. So she has to get some controversy. You know, you have to have some kind of shock value in order to have the fans that you have, the subscribers that you have, and make the money that you have, and get the what's the word? Because she's not famous, but what's the word I want to say? Notoriety, I guess, that she is getting. So some stuff she may feel real about it, and some stuff she may be bullshitting about, because that's what we all do, right? If you on here, you entertaining people, some stuff you really care about, and some stuff you like, I just want to say some shit just to be saying it.
No,
RG,
one time.
Hold on, Callie. RG says she spent years harassing and slut shaming Portia, but now she stands for women. And that's another thing I was saying about her calling Gina dumb, because now we have the chef who irks my soul. Everybody's so scared now. But like I said before, Gina was the smartest one of all. Hold on, Diddy chef. Teacher spent so much. All she calls her is a big dummy, big dummy, big dummy. This big dummy that. But
I think I think with the Portia example though, it seems like every woman is calling Portia a slut and a hoe, but support women. So it's a catch-22, because the women drag Portia and they support other women.
But
so
Tissa is supposed to be all of a sudden she is a champion for victims, or not slut shaming. So like, but even in the same breath, if you don't even want to talk about Portia, she spends a lot of time calling Gina a dum-dum. I can pull up a video where she's talking solely about Gina being stupid. And my thing is, when you take that stand, that's why we don't take the stand. We don't make statements, and we don't even talk to cops. We don't play with cops, and we certainly don't snitch, because when it comes down to it, now the case is over. They don't give a damn about protecting you. They don't give a damn about you, period. They didn't give a damn about embarrassing Cassie. You heard the man say the defense only played Cassie sitting there. The prosecution played her intimate sex moments. And for what? Y'all still lost your case. Y'all still had a weak case. Like, what did y'all do all of that for? And now these women are crying about they scared, and now the judge, he probably gonna take it out on him and give him a whole, they're gonna use that to give him a whole bunch of time or whatever. And y'all heard the president say that he doesn't see any mistreatment, if he does, he'll step in. So that if they overcharge him, I believe Trump going to pardon him.
Oh yeah, he will.
Trump
he
is
already
only going to
pardoned Jack Johnson, the person
Trump
that the
is
law
only
was
going to
made
pardon
for.
Diddy. Trump is only going to pardon Diddy if Trump can get some kind of benefit out of it. He's not going to pardon Diddy if he see that people are not fucking with Diddy.
Oh, I can tell you what the benefit would be, because they tried to him number 47 up on something similar, and he is now like after people that are trying to hem people up for these things. That's why he keeps pardoning these people, because he feels like they tried to do it to me, so I'm gonna make sure you don't do this to nobody.
I don't really. So the thing is, I don't really care if he pardons Diddy or not, because he
might not need it. He will only
he might not need it.
Yeah,
and in my
if they are
personal
unfair
opinion,
on the sentence.
And in my personal opinion, he's never going to be in jail for what he has really done.
Well, Cassie didn't call the police on him. How was he gonna go to jail?
But Callie, I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about.
You know what? I'm gonna tell you too. If it was any other thing that they could find, it would have been in that RICO.
Yeah.
So I'm letting all that go now, because I'm telling you, they looked under every rock and stone. If they could have found him jaywalking, it would have been in that RICO.
So I just feel like the things that I think he has done, and people who are not here and he has something to do with it, he'll never get caught for that. So to me, it is what it is.
I think that there's no proof or evidence of those things.
And I agree with that too. But they got him. They took him to court for what they took him for. Now I will say this, and I said this the other day, and I keep on saying this. I do not think that he will ever be Diddy again. I do not think people who are who are A-listers, who are up there, will be associated with him, at least not in public, at least not for us to see them associated with him. I ain't talking about the Young Miamis. I ain't talking about the Cassies. I'm talking about them A-listers that have something to lose. Diddy will never be. If he is, that will shock the shit out of me. But I don't see him ever being around those people, at least in public.
Oh no, I think he's gonna be somewhat unofficially retired. He still has money. He can invest in things and still make money and not be so much in the front.
Well, he's gonna be messing with Kanye. Yeah. I heard him on the phone with Kanye. He's saying everybody turned their back on him.
Girl.
And I guess he got Kanye in his corner.
Who was Kanye?
Well, I think it was because of the Jane thing. And I think Kanye did not want to see him get railroaded, because he knows Jane. He knows what Jane does, what she is. He personally experienced it himself. So I think Kanye just kind of felt like, damn, they trying to give him life.
No, Kanye has been taking care of his sons. If y'all listen to that call they had together.
But the thing is, though, you're saying he gonna be associated with Kanye. Don't nobody give a fuck about Kanye. The black people, white people, ain't nobody fucking with Kanye. He's too much of a threat to. He's too. What's the word? He's too.
He doesn't seem mentally stable.
Yes.
And how many times have we said this about Kanye?
But okay, so where have you seen Kanye? Who have you seen messing with Kanye? Where have you seen Kanye at? Where have you seen Kanye? You ain't seen him on no red carpet. You ain't seen him doing no interviews. You ain't seen nobody. You ain't seen nobody want.
I've seen him recently in Japan when he was putting out. The whole stadium was sold out. So people do still be fucking with
America with your titties out. With your titties out, Richie. We talking about America.
People still fuck with Kanye, and they still gonna fuck with Diddy. Like after that day after court, Jay Electronica was walking his dog. Now people are coming out in support of Diddy.
Liability. Thank you.
Huh?
I was Slim said the liability. That's the word I was looking for. Liability.
But I guess we just gonna have to wait and see. But I want to hear this heifer right here.
Richie, what you got your lingerie on for?
This is not lingerie. This is just a shirt and some shorts. Hold up. It's just a shirt and
It's
some shorts.
lingerie, girl.
Girl, that's
This
lingerie,
is
girl.
cotton. Y'all want to
I
see
know
some
that's right,
lingerie?
Richie.
I got some lingerie now.
Baby,
Y'all
I
need to
know
be
that's right,
dressing.
Richie.
I just got this
Girl,
robe on. Y'all want to see some lingerie?
I know that's right, baby.
This is cotton.
Richie
And
looking,
this is my
Richie sitting there
Victoria's
doing,
Secret though.
Richie sitting there doing her hair like she in the scene from Waiting Exhale with her lingerie and shit. I'm like,
I
listen,
know
baby.
her.
I hate y'all. You know what? I'm gonna put some lingerie on. Let's just in the house.
As
No,
someone who
I
was a
think
witness to the abuse towards Cassandra
this?
Ventura Fine during my time of working for Sean Combs, I would just like to say that this is a grave miscarriage of justice. And I would like to also address that last year on March 20th, I was contacted by the federal government. They showed up at my door with badges. I refused to speak to them because I was terrified. So I was served with a grand jury subpoena that day before they left my home in Atlanta, Georgia. I confided in 3 different people about that visit from the feds. Terrified is actually an understatement. By April 11th of 2024, I was being contacted by Sean Combs' initial lawyer, Aaron Dyer. I have a voicemail that he left and text messages stating that Mr. Combs was aware of the visit from the government and that they would like to extend to cover my legal fees. These are facts. This, in my opinion, was witness tampering. I was supposed to testify this year on May 20th. I was in New York. It was announced. It was on CNN that I was supposed to be testifying, and I was pulled because I flipped out on the government. These are also facts. I want to be very clear. As a victim, as a former employee of Sean Combs, I do not feel safe. I am extremely traumatized. I do not know where to go from here. I did submit my own letter to the judge. I stand by everything that I said. I knew that he beat Cassie Ventura Fine in 2009. I know that she was dragged from the vehicle, okay? I know that I saw her 2 days later at the London hotel when me and one of his assistants brought her a bag, okay? This was a miscarriage of justice.
So why you ain't testify?
And beyond any of this, I don't really have anything more to say. And I really don't know where to go from here. Just know that I am terrified and I am traumatized. And it's honestly, fuck him.
So that was his chef who wanted to come back to work too. I guess she was supposed to testify. She didn't. She wrote a letter to the judge. Let me see if I can find the letter.
Well, when did she stop working there? Because my question is, if it was years ago, who's been protecting you all of these years?
Nobody thinking about
But also, she looked high as a kite.
Wait, because she wrote a letter to the judge. Wait, where did I see that letter? Damn. I just saw this letter somewhere that she wrote. She wrote a letter to the judge saying exactly what she said. And a couple other people wrote letters to the judge.
I wonder how much did Doug pay her to write that letter?
Who's Doug?
The Cassie lawyer. You know he's the mastermind behind all of this.
Oh,
it's
Lord.
Doug.
Yeah, because they had them
I think he planted some stuff on the internet, some of this negative stuff on the internet, and it this snowballs. Like I think he put some bots and stuff on the internet.
But you heard her say she the one that bought Cassie her stuff. So you was nursing. Cassie was getting her ass whooped, and you was nursing her back. You know, you were part of the people that was, making her dinner, nursing, licking her wounds and stuff. Like
she looked like she was high, and she looked like she looked like that girl like she was high.
And I just said she was like she was high as a kite.
Yeah, she was high as a kite. And the other thing is these goddamn people, and this is the part that be getting me. These people don't care about the money. They care about the access and fame. Well, not fame, but the access that they was able to get while they were around Diddy. That's why he was able to pay them at such a low rate. And they took the money because it was about rubbing shoulders with the who's who, sitting on the yacht, sitting on the beach, flying in private jets, being around the access. They never cared about the damn money. You did
a lot
you only
of
getting
these
paid
people,
$80,000 a year or $70,000 a year, and you working for Diddy.
But Q, a lot of the people in this industry, they're Nepo babies. They don't need no money.
Got it.
They just want to be able to tell their family that they have a job because their family is not going to support them if they're not working.
Right.
So they actually are gatekeepers for people like you and I. The reason why we can't be in a lot of creative fields if we don't have wealthy parents. Right. Because what they do, they come in and they bring the pay rate down so low that nobody that isn't from a wealthy family can afford to work for that.
Right.
That's notorious. The music industry, the fashion industry, the film industry is not as bad, but it still happens. This is why it's so hard to get into these fields, because these people will literally come in there and work for $20 an hour. They don't need no money. Their grandmama brought them a Range Rover for Christmas.
Right. Yeah, this is crazy.
But y'all, I know that we might all disagree on this. I don't think that Diddy is after these people. And I don't think that he is really just going around taking people out, only because, and actually Diva agreed with me on this. We've seen real mob trials and we've seen people disappear. They ain't never found Jimmy Hoffa. We've seen people taken out in the middle of broad daylight, in the middle of the street, in a crowd of people. Those are mob bosses. Those are people that's gonna come get you.
No, I agree with that.
Don't want to go back to jail. He just don't want to be in jail for the rest of his life. I really don't think that is what they're making it out to be.
Yeah,
I feel like he's a victim of his own hype.
And Diddy's a control he has control issues. That's why he gets people around him and do the things he can do, because they let him control him.
Well, yeah, he picks those type of people because he picks addicts, because he's an addict. So addicts usually hang with other people that use. So what happens is he's the addict with all the money. So that's what this is. This is a using friend group. That's what we're seeing here.
All right, so this is her letter. It says, "Dear Judge Subterranean, I'm writing to express my grave concern over the possible release of Sean Combs. I believe he should be held without bail until his sentencing is determined." And that's not until October, by the way. Thank you for your time and attention to this matter so far. You are appreciated. I know you did not hear from me during this trial, but that I was in fact listed as a witness to Mr. Combs' abuse towards Cassandra Ventura Fine. You also heard testimony about Mr. Combs assaulting me inside of his New Jersey estate. There has been a clear pattern of physical, sexual, and financial abuse on his part for years. Releasing him now would be unjust. Those of us who were subpoenaed are terrified at the possibility of his retaliation against us. I'd like to express how terrifying the whole ordeal has been for me personally. This past year and half has been traumatizing. The verdict is devastating. His release will be sending a dangerous message to all of us survivors and victims of these types of crimes. I fear for my safety upon his release. I ask you to consider all the victims and witnesses involved in the case. Thank you for your consideration and manner. My problem is that according to the verdict, the only victims are the prostitutes, and they are not complaining. This should not be taken into account. He was found not guilty.
Am I missing something here? Am I seriously missing something? Like, did I miss a week or two from this case?
No.
Why are we talking? And I don't want this to come off how it's about to sound. Why are we talking about it like he was on trial for SA and for physically abusing women? Like, I don't get it. Am I missing something?
No, it's the prosecutor trying to pull a fast one. You're not missing anything. They're trying to pull a fast one. They're trying to tuck this under the trafficking, but the problem is he was acquitted. Right. He is in jail for transporting someone with the purpose of prostitution. This
he
stuff
should
that
not
they talk
be in
about
jail
ain't
for
got
that.
nothing to do with what he was convicted of.
Got
he
it.
has no record of these things.
Got it. Because I'm sitting here like,
now
I know
you see
that
why it's a
well.
lot of Black people that are upset about this and about him not. Y'all supporting Diddy. Y'all are mammies. No, we are looking at the system mistreat a Black person. He's not in jail for a violent crime. Do you know that there are people who have unalived children that have been given bail?
Yes. Yeah.
And then people talking about all this 20 years. There's no precedent for that in history. Even some of the people that were trafficking underage prostitutes were only given like 5 years if it was their first offense. This is not, there's sentencing guidelines for this law. Mark Garagos talked about it on his podcast. It doesn't work. They can't just go in with somebody's first offense and give them 20 years. And if they do, I promise you Trump will step in because he don't like this law. He already pardoned the person that the law was made for.
Right.
Because this essentially was a law that they claim was to catch men who were pimping underage girls. But the law was actually used to target Black men who were dating interracially. So if they saw you ride in the car with a white woman, they would pull you over, say she was a prostitute, even though she was not, and charge you with this.
Right.
And they tried to get Charlie Chapman. It didn't stick on him. I think there's another white guy. They were all famous, rich people that they tried to do this to. And the white men, the cases did not stick. Chuck Berry was a creep, and I believe he actually literally was with an underage girl. So people keep referencing these cases. These people were with minors. What Diddy is essentially being a charge with, how they're using this as a tricky way, because they're saying basically he took these women to engage with prostitutes, not that he was pimping them, which is what the law was actually made for. So they're twisting the law a little bit.
Just like they tried to
yeah, hold on, Richie. Naomi, we told your ass the other day that they was not going to give him bail, and you fought us. Your ass up in Canada fighting us in America, and we don't appreciate
it. I thought he was going to get bail too, Naomi.
Well, you and Richie asses thought he was going to get bail, and we done told both of y'all.
I don't see why he doesn't have bail. I still don't see. I still don't think it's right.
But
he
you
don't
know
have bail because he's still a risk, though. He's still a risk.
But even the judge asked
how
him,
he got found not guilty. Hey, hold on. Hey, all things, Nada Jean, welcome. Let's see who else is here.
But even the judge asked him, "You don't want to go back to jail, do you?" He shook his head, no. And then them letters showed up. I'm telling you, it was them letters. They might try to say it was something else because legally they have to be within the law.
It sounded
But
like
it
the
was
judge
the
was
letter.
going to let him out. He said, "All right, well, all right. Well, let me see what the prosecution has to say. Then we'll see." So he said, "While everyone's here, let me see what they have to say." And then
No, he
it
ain't
seems
out.
like he's cowering to these 6-pack of white women. A huge flood wiped out all the girls' camps in elementary school age kids. Slim and came over and they didn't have any. Where in Canada?
In Texas.
In Texas.
Oh wow, damn! I seen something similar in Italy.
Mm-hmm. You know, Texas be going through with y'all.
I see.
I'm Diddy out.
Me too. I just want to play one more thing though. Star. Yesterday. Okay. He explained the Mann Act. I hope he don't strike me. I'm giving you your I do have a banner for this. Hold on, where is it? The copyright, John. All right, there you go. All right, so Star's a little out of pocket.
This you should know already. If you don't, I'm going to play some older footage with regards to the Mann Act from 1910. And I think it's worth our watching, paying attention to. Most people, not all, but most people did not see it coming, the denial of bail. And it has to do with the Mann Act. I didn't know, unless you are some type of legal analyst or expert or law student, you may have known, but most people are saying, yo, Diddy coming home. They gotta let him loose. No, they didn't gotta let him loose. I wish nothing bad upon Sean Diddy Combs, but he got sloppy. I've said that before. I'll say it again. There was some cringe moments out there with the propaganda that has been sent out into the world for us to see and to react to. I do believe that this is a loss for the prosecution. I'm glad that Diddy will get a chance to get back on the block, shall we say, back into the real world. Salute to his family, Mama Combs. She looks very upbeat. However, the Mann Act, what do you know about it? Now, let me just say early, one of my favorite, oh my goodness, actors as a kid was charged with the Mann Act. He beat it, but the jury deliberated for like 6 hours. Charlie Chaplin. Charlie Chaplin, for those who know that name, you know the history of Hollywood. Oh, man, back in the 70s growing up, I used to watch Charlie Chaplin movies, on the weekends. And when I finally got to go to Hollywood, California in the mid-'80s, oh, my goodness, I made it my business to go to these places that he visited, those that are still or were still around. I read his autobiography, and they charged him with the Mann Act. But Jack Johnson is what most people know the Mann Act for. So I'm going to, again, play some video footage. Let's all refresh ourselves with this. Or if you're new to the show and you don't know about the Mann Act, please pay attention. It's vital that you know. Many of us were shocked and surprised, when we heard that, he's not getting bail. He's a first-time offender. But they caught him on the Mann Act. And we did research yesterday. We did a 9-hour show yesterday. And based upon the Mann Act, they could deny him bail. Along with Cassie, and I don't feel the need to keep taking shots at her, the slore, coke slore, and the propaganda of her getting into a fight. I'm going to say a fight with Diddy. Now, some would say he beat her up. Okay, I wouldn't argue about that. What we saw was him beating and kicking her. Yes. But it wasn't just Cassie. And hold on a second. Cassie's legal team, in case you don't know, Douglas Wigdor sent in a letter to the judge July the 2nd, right after the conviction came down and then the acquittal of the top 3 charges. So, people were waiting for him to any type of movement in the trial to then put the knife in and twist it even more. So, okay, hey, good evening. Thank you guys for your support early. I'm going to try and get your donations on the screen, but just bear with me because I do want us to play some videos so that we can re-educate ourselves It's very serious. The depths of the Mann Act, and the godfather of rock and roll, Chuck Berry, caught him on the Mann Act, transporting a 14-year-old. A 14-year-old. Chuck Berry. So there's history here, all right? Guys, if you are a person in my live chat, I want you talking crazy. However, Deeds monitors the live chat, so you have to follow some of her rules. I got other things to worry about. Cash App, Super Chat, PayPal, that's my focus. You know, I'm in capitals, but Deeds handles the live chat. Okay. Also, guys, showrunner. Mass shooting in Chicago outside of a lounge. Technically, it's a mass shooting, whether we think it is or isn't. Condolences to the family of 4 people killed, 14 people wounded in some type of drive-by shooting outside of a downtown Chicago lounge. Chicago, home of the drive-by. Do you know that? Of course you do. The Italians are the guys who started doing the drive-bys back in the 20s. The niggers with straight hair. It did not originate in California, contrary to popular belief. And they used to shoot the places up in broad daylight. The Italians. So, we can laugh, if you must, with regards to the what appears to be young black people doing what they do, but technically it is considered a mass shooting, okay? All right, let me get down to business here early. This is the first video with regards to, again, the Mann Act. Let's talk about this tonight. I might do an all-nighter. I feel charged. I got my black coffee here. All right. Let's go. The Mann Act. Hopefully the audio is fine.
Outside the ivory towers of universities, Americans faced a rising chorus of voices that also threatened to reshape traditional values. 8.8 million immigrants crowded into American cities in the first decade of the 20th century alone.
There was a lot of tension in the air, but the flashpoint turned on sexuality and particularly prostitution. Mainstream Protestant America thought it was a phenomenon that was caused by those wicked foreigners in those cesspools of cities into which our young girls are now going.
In 1907, the crusading McClure's magazine published a story about an association of Russian Jews purportedly supplying Chicago brothels with new personnel. When a city prosecutor claimed that those prostitutes were, in effect, white slaves, a wave of hysteria gripped the country.
There was all sorts of lurid stories. Women were being hit by poison darts on the trolleys. They were being lured away from, imagine, ice cream parlors. It created a tremendous hullabaloo because people believed this.
Although scant evidence supported the existence of white slavery, Congress passed the White Slave Traffic Act on June 25, 1910. This law, also known as the Mann Act, forbade any person from transporting women or girls across state lines for the purpose of prostitution, debauchery, or any other immoral purpose.
One of the interesting things of the Mann Act is it didn't depend upon actual sex happening. It was very almost Orwellian in the way it was construed by the courts. Vital elements of the crime were transportation across a state line.
The Mann Act soon became a tool for more personal vendettas. Fathers turned in the boyfriends of wanton daughters. Wives reported philandering husbands. And some prosecutors exploited the law as a weapon against romances that crossed the color line. Jack Johnson was an easy target for the Mann Act. In 1908, he became the first black man to break through boxing's color barrier and reigned as heavyweight champion of the world.
Perhaps he was the Muhammad Ali of his day. He was very flamboyant. He was pretty much in-your-face kind of person. A black man being champion of the world didn't fit into a lot of people's idea about who that should be.
Johnson further inflamed his critics by openly keeping company with white women and eventually marrying 2 of them.
Sex and race have always been linked in American culture and American society ever since the days of slavery. Black males were looked at as inherently predatory. You know, white men essentially projected all of their own anxieties onto black men and looked at them as sexual, beasts.
In the fall of 1912, federal authorities arrested and convicted Johnson for transporting one of his lady friends from Pittsburgh to Chicago. Few doubted that race was the real motivation.
The federal prosecutor immediately after the conviction expressed before the press the hope that this would be an example about the evils of permitting Negroes and whites to marry. Had nothing to do with the crime at all. It was an amazingly candid expression of why he'd been targeted.
Jack Johnson ultimately served 1 year in prison as punishment for his so-called crime. For the next 2 decades, Mann Act convictions continued to rise. But the manner in which men and women lived and loved in America was already changing.
Okay. Okay. We have ourselves a topic and we have something to discuss here, the Mann Act.
So I think he plays another video, but there's a lot of commentary in between y'all might not like. Let's see.
This was yesterday outside the courthouse. Here we go.
Shit.
I got the baby oil! Baby oil! Baby
I don't give a fuck. Free hugs.
Baby oil. Okay, she want a hug. She want a hug. Okay, she wants a hug. Oh, we know how we don't like him. He trying to beat me up. Oh, yeah. My white followers. I love my white people.
Is he about to cry?
But they're going to stay right on the side of you. You understand me?
All right. That was part of the Mann Act. I'll do some more research on it, but it seems unfair to them. It seems unfair. Wait, so is this a law only for women? It seems like it's for men transporting women across state lines. And I think it started from what I can't undo this. It's from what it started from immigrants coming in, I guess, and prostitution, but it quickly changed. They quickly started just applying it to black men with white women, transporting white women. But Charlie Chapman was convicted of it. The black guy who was convicted on it, he only served a year. So I wonder what the precedent is going to be for, let's look that up, for Diddy.
Mark is saying 2 max.
Yeah, that's what I thought I read too.
Yeah, I love his podcast. I mean, it just him and his daughter. It just makes me miss my dad so much. But yeah, he's saying that he thinks 2 years max. That's what he's estimating.
But these prosecutors and these women writing these letters, they seem like they're having an effect on the judge.
Well, I wonder if they can switch judges for, or are they stuck with him? The problem with these letters is this: he was not convicted of a violent.
I think they can switch the judges, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think they can too. Yeah. Also, I feel like what's happening.
Y'all be making white women feel so important. Did you not just hear what the Mann Act was about? The Constitution makes white women feel so important. It's not an obsession. It's the truth.
But you know what? It's not limited to white women, because I can promise you that if Cassie was black, we would not be having this conversation. It's all non-black women. And I kind of feel like that's how people getting caught up a little bit with this situation, because these ain't blonde hair, blue-eyed white girls, but they ain't black either.
All right, I want to hear Joe take a peanut real quick.
You called it.
You really did.
I don't think I need to be a genius to call this. I mean, that was a case that was so over prosecuted. It was really the most expensive prostitution trial in the history of American jurisprudence. That's all it was. Racketeering to me was a joke. A racketeering enterprise. I mean, when we think of racketeering, we think of things like organized crime, drug cartels, vicious gangs who were born to commit crimes. I mean, was never a racketeering case. Sex trafficking is a high standard. Sex trafficking, you really need fraud, coercion, force. There was so much evidence of consent in this case that it was impossible for 12 people to believe that sex trafficking happened. That was not sex trafficking. Again, that was some horrific stuff and whatever, but everyone was a willing participant at times. So, it was, to me, it was absolutely going to wind up being this way. And if you have a doubt that's based on reason, you must acquit. And here, there was so much evidence of consent. I mean, if you looked at the contemporaneous text messages that were elicited by the defense throughout this trial of Cassie and the other one, it was clear that they were consenting, at least at portions of this. So, when is it consensual? When is it not consensual? I mean, this case was, again, I called it from the beginning, not because I'm a fortune teller. I think I called it because the evidence and the charges sort of were pretty clear to me that this was going to wind up being a prostitution conviction. And we spent God knows how many billions of dollars in federal court talking about baby oil, applesauce on hamburgers, the stupidest stuff I've ever heard. Urination, the things that you really don't expect to hear in a federal district court. That was the gist of this testimony. So, look, Diddy was proven to be a bad guy, but this is not the case. This was not the case to bring against him. The whole thing was weird. It was not done right, and it was done, as I've said before, I believe to garner publicity for certain individuals, and maybe they wanted to make a name for themselves. But this did not help anyone's career from the U.S. Attorney's Office, that's for sure.
Well, a couple things. Cassie not black. Let's just
No, she is not.
Cassie is not black. Let's just clear that up. Cassie not black. Cassie is a mixed woman, and she is not a victim. She's a victim of getting her ass beat. Outside of that, Cassie is not a victim. So this whole
Cassie's mother is African, Mexican, and West Indian, and her father is Filipino. So even if you were to say she's black, she's like 1/5 or 1/6. Let me see.
You know what?
Three,
Diddy was
4.
literally having her tan and wear her hair in specific ways so she would not look too Mexican.
Yep.
So he was helping her black fish.
Nothing about Cassie.
She
nothing
is
about
not
Cassie
black.
is black. Nothing about Cassie is black, and nothing about Cassie screams victim.
The one drop rule doesn't apply.
The one drop rule, I feel like, and I think that there's another lady on YouTube that explained this, is more about who couldn't be white. We decide who is black, and you cannot say my great-great-grandmother was black on one side of the family. We got to use common sense. If that's the case, then most of us ain't black, we white. Because a lot of us
Let's
have
get the Takapini here.
white ancestors.
So can we
Top shelf is here. Can we what?
We still talking about Diddy? I wanted to say something. I wanted to say something about Tissa. Well, go ahead.
RG, yes, both of my parents are black, beloved. The only person that is not.
I don't know why, girl. I don't even know why
No,
you.
because I love this question because a lot of people.
So are mine.
Excuse me. A lot of people give me this question. Both of my parents are black. Both of my grandparents on my mother's side are black. Both of my parents on my father's side are black. My great grandmother, she was part Indian. And that's it. There are no white people in my family. And that's really it. our ancestry. I have Nigerian. It doesn't even matter. But yes, I am black. I don't look like it or whatever, but I am. I'm not Mexican. I'm not Hispanic. I'm not none of that shit. I'm black.
We don't have to make it make sense that Cassie not black. We can look at Cassie and say that she's not black.
We can look at her parents.
Yeah, we can look at her parents and tell that Cassie not black. So let it go. Like, let's move on.
You can literally see photos of her parents online. Those are not two black people. We
All
saw
right, we're
them
not gonna
into the
relitigate
court.
this. What else did you want? What would you get ready to talk about, Q?
I was gonna talk about something else, but this is your channel. I don't want to take over.
Good, because I mean, Diddy.
He ain't say his piece yet. Let's hear the bullshit. Let's hear his bullshit. I mean, hey, friend.
What's up, y'all? How y'all doing?
Right.
I miss you guys. I'm
doing all right. How are you doing?
We miss
doing
you.
well. I miss you guys. I not to make this a whole drawn out thing. I'll keep it very short and sweet. But I've been telling you that I don't know if I told it on Good Board Chatting, but I have a heart disorder.
Oh no!
Yeah,
oh my God!
I've had it for 2 years now, but I'm recovering from heart surgery.
Oh
Yeah.
wow! I'm glad you're okay.
Yeah, no, it was. I feel actually really, really good, but that's why I'm an advocate for heart, especially for Black people or mixed people, but Black people.
I hope I hope you're doing good. I hope you heal. I'll definitely say a prayer for you tonight.
I appreciate that. I'm so healed. I'm like, I just feel good. I'm excited how good I feel now. But anyway,
good. So glad to hear that.
Well, welcome back. Hope everything is well with you.
Yes.
Thank you, Q. I appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
I've been listening to you guys from afar, and you guys been holding it down. I just had a question. Have you guys already talked about the Armand stuff yet?
A little bit.
A little bit we did, yeah.
Yeah, a little.
What you got to say?
Well, I need to know if I have permission to talk first because
Yes.
this
This is an open panel in the middle of the night, child. Say what you want to say.
I think that the people out here defending Armand for what he did is that they should be examined because I feel like because what Armand did is I'm not a fan, and this just solidified why I'm not a fan. I don't think that he has the maturity to be on the level that he is at right now. And he seems like he's always doing something to mess up his own bag and his own opportunities. It was such a bad look for him. And to me, it's kind of mockery of actually the case and what actually happened. So I just wanted to say that. That's all I got for right now.
It's funny you say that because I'm trying to find a clip that I saw about it earlier.
I think that's something that if he wanted to have a private party to celebrate, like him not having to cover this trial anymore, and he did that as a joke, that would have been different. But to do that in front of the courthouse, to me, it was like rubbing it in people's faces that believed he had done these things.
Yeah, I think that it's just him being in social media and the platforms that he's had. He should know how this works. Just by having that video on there, anybody can put a title on that, and that becomes news on CNN, on Fox News. And now his face is used as being Diddy supporter, supports that with that type of foolishness.
Well, Top Shelf, did you hear Big Boy in the morning? They were literally having him and Marlon Wayans were having a full-on conversation about how it was Diddy supporters out there throwing baby oil on each other. And I was like, oh man, Armand. Because I understood the joke, but that just wasn't the place for it.
Yeah.
I feel like he wasn't out there celebrating. However, it was wrong place, wrong time. But I can also, because he's been doing it on his channel, I can see why he did it, but I can see why he probably didn't think nothing of it at the time. Because he's like, well, shit, I've been doing this on my channel, so it's not a big deal. I don't think he was out there necessarily celebrating Diddy, but that's definitely how it made it seem like. None of the people who might have been out there with him might have been celebrating Diddy. He just got caught up in a moment.
Well, he was celebrating not having to be there and cover that trial anymore.
Right.
That's what he was celebrating.
That's what he was celebrating.
Yeah.
But everybody else who who watched it was like, oh wow, this man out here doing this for Diddy.
Yeah, I mean, it looked like, honestly, I get what you're saying, but at the same time, he's not. No one knows him. I mean, we know him, and this is only. He hasn't crossed over to. Listen to what I'm saying with this. He hasn't crossed over to.
But I don't know though, because he's been getting 500,000 views almost. So people do know. People have been watching his cases.
He was on a TMZ. He was on Nancy Grace. I believe he was on the
He was also
show.
He was also on
Harvey.
Yep.
He was also on Ashley Banfield's show.
She really liked him.
She really liked him. I want to see if she would have him back on there, because I do think he fumbled this bag because at the end of the day, when I say he's not well known, he hasn't crossed over to mainstream like that yet. He was getting his foot in the door, and I think that this image of him being out there, if people aren't invested in you, then you coming back giving a half-ass apology and all this other stuff, no one cares. We don't know. I'm just learning about you. Then you do this, it turns people off.
I actually wouldn't have gave an apology. The reason why I wouldn't have gave an apology is because we live in a news cycle now where something happens today and it's something brand new tomorrow.
Right.
This would have been swept under the rug so damn quick. Hell, the bill got signed the 2 days later. Ain't nobody talking about. We're talking about it, but ain't nobody actually talking about Amar getting oil poured on him. So I wouldn't have given an apology.
Yeah,
I disagree with that. Let's hear what someone says.
You always disagree with what I gotta say.
I disagree with it because hold on, let me play
You need
this.
to grow up a little bit. You need to grow up a lot a bit, and I think once he grows up a little bit and matures, I think that the universe is definitely going to open up and give him all the things that he deserves.
Why do you think he needs to grow up? In what aspect have you seen that made you say that?
Just from like an older person once being young. You know what I'm saying? It's not one particular thing or another. It's just there's just a small, from my perspective, it's just a small maturity factor that is missing. Couple ways, Armand, you do need to grow up a little bit. You need to grow.
So the reason why I said he need to grow up is because at first he was like, F y'all, this is, what I do. And, he took a very negative stance. Let me see. On it. More oil trend. Here it is. Here it is.
Because I've been oiled up all day. And I got my Diddy Dukes on. Because it's time to get into some things. It was a lot going on today. We went viral. We oiled up. The content creators were fighting down today. Yeah, we talking about it. We talking about Ratchet TV, Tissa Tales, and everything in between. Also, Diddy has been denied bail. Okay? So there's a lot to Hold on. See, and the sex trafficking against Cassie and Jane Doe. He was found guilty on the
Oh shit!
crazy.
Like, come on now.
This is crazy. With fake titties.
But my thing is this though,
and it's gross too.
But the thing is, he did what he did, and we still talking about it. It's over with. Like at this point, it's over with. To me, this is not even.
Well, this is my first time back on the airwaves since I've been sick.
I'm not talking about you. Calm down. I ain't talking about you. I know you get ready to try to take my head off. I'm just saying in general, this is what he wanted to do, and he has to deal with it. He has to deal with the backlash from it. And if you feel like he ain't do nothing wrong, and if he put out a bullshit apology just to get people to shut up, we'll find out in the long run if it affects his career or not.
The comments were getting so negative and so much. I mean, I made a comment. I keep getting likes and likes and likes on the comment that I made. It wasn't nothing crazy or anything. It was like some advice, but it started to like just grow legs of its own.
What
was your comment?
I think it was on
Hold
one
on.
of
Yeah,
those
what's your
neighborhood
comment?
watch
Let's watch this
things
video.
or the
Let's see your
neighborhood.
comment. With your messy ass put up there.
I wanted to see. I wanted y'all to see him like fuck y'all. Let's see. What was my comment? So the first one said, "I don't think you'll be back on anyone. You'll be back on anyone's show after this." That's when he just doubled it.
Why did he do this?
And
Oh
someone,
man.
and what you say, he had such a good thing going. But there was another comment I wrote because he said everybody was hating, and I said everyone isn't hating. So he wrote, "Motherfuckers really hate to see you blow up. Everyone isn't hating Armand. Why can't you see that that was gross on so many levels? First, it looked like you were celebrating Diddy. It was you and that crackhead. Third, did you have on thongs? It was tasteless and weird. Just own it." And somebody wrote, "Who cares how the fuck it looks? He's been doing the same thing, doing his reportings and lives for 60 days now. Now it's an issue. Humans are trash. Y'all paying attention then. Don't pay attention now. Armand will continue to stay oiled and glowed up. Excuse you. Perception is everything. I've been watching the whole thing the whole time and before. It was cringe and it's set as fuck and it sent the wrong message. But it's not that serious. He issued a statement and now it's over with. May he live long and prosper." And I think I didn't see the reply. Please don't try to reason with a dummy. Thank you. Like
They talking about you?
No, this person up here.
But he has
I
not
think
been doing this though.
the apology was appropriate
But
because once
he
you
has
get
been
invited back to let's be real for a second. People like Ashley Banfield, Nancy Grace is trash. She probably didn't like him, but she didn't. She more like Tissa tells rather than Armand. If he wants to get invited back to these mainstream platforms, he has to explain that that wasn't in celebration of Diddy, because most people think that Diddy is a disgusting human being, whatever people think, and he need to explain his actions and need to give some type of explanation. It wasn't me celebrating Diddy. It was a thing I was doing on my live that you guys were all watching, that you basically all fell in love with and all invited me on your platforms because of. It was an ode to the more oil thing. That's it, and that's all. It had shit to do with Diddy.
Who was Ashley Banfield?
The white lady.
CNN.
Oh, the blonde lady, right?
Yeah.
She
Yeah,
works
Don't call her Armin.
she works for News Nation now.
Yeah,
She
as
call
she
him
started
Armin.
to hear the
Oh, okay.
evidence, she started to kind of feel like this some bullshit, but she didn't want to say it either. But I could tell she was changing up as they started presenting this case. But I think what a lot of people don't understand is that there were no cameras in this courtroom, and a lot of people are at work during the day. They have not been following along on Twitter or looking at people read transcripts. They're just getting bits and pieces from the news. So a lot of people do not know that he actually he didn't have a trafficking ring like this. There was no trafficking ring.
So when he first came on, real quick, when he first came on, he had a really quick segment, and now I'm looking at these. It went from 6 minutes to, that was 5 minutes. I think it was 12 minutes to 8 minutes. So he was coming on more and more frequent on her channel, and I'm pretty sure she would have liked to have him come back on because she was against Diddy. She used to be going toe to toe with Joe Tina, and she was slowly coming over to the Diddy side, but she would never celebrate him in the way that Armand was. And I don't see him back on her channel. I did see Tissa going back on ABC though.
So this is the thing.
Exactly.
I don't know who Ashley Banfield is, but thank y'all for letting me know. I still don't know who she is. But the thing is that looking at her views and looking at Armand's views, he pulling in more views than she is.
She's not a YouTuber, Q. She has a TV show.
Okay. Well,
yeah,
I don't.
she just was
I don't
covering.
personally.
Let him finish, Kelly.
I don't personally think that this is going to affect his career. Here's why.
On YouTube.
I don't but I don't see them bringing him back on their shows because the Diddy stuff is over now. So they were only bringing him on the show to talk about Diddy. And here's the other thing.
I disagree.
That's fine. That's
Let him
fine.
finish. Let him finish.
Here's the other thing. We live in a society where people love controversy. So for us to be like, oh, he's not going to come back because of X, Y, and Z, that's more of the reason to bring him back. This example that I'm getting ready to use is not the best example, but I think y'all understand where I'm going. When Cardi was down there getting ready to fight Nicki, everybody was like, oh, her career over. She ain't never going to be back down there at the Vogue place and the Vogue this and blah, 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 blah. Maybe that girl was all over Vogue magazine. That girl was all over the place. People love controversy. Anything to get ratings, anything to bring people on their TV. That's what they're gonna do. And if they bring him on there, I'm sure they'll ask him that question, but they ain't gonna stay long on it.
I'm gonna Google his name and see what comes up. Scotty
if we get on your nerves with the controversies, then stop watching.
Who said that? Who said that?
RG. Some of we getting on his nerves with the controversy. Well, stop watching us.
Well, Q does have a point. A lot of people have gotten very famous from just having one controversial moment, and they're still famous to this day. So it's just all that how you handle it.
Yeah,
I think that hopefully she'll have him back on because we still have to get through bail. Hopefully that statement she can get over it because I liked him on her show. Hopefully they can just get over it. And Harvey.
Who's to say that she's upset behind it though?
She was a staunch
on News Network. So she on News Network, so clearly she like controversy. She on a goddamn channel that support Trump.
Yeah. So hopefully he'll be back when they get to talking about Bill. Maybe he can start talking with some sense again. I don't know. Get some inside tea, get some information that they want, and maybe he can clean this thing up. I hate to see all his work. I will say this. I hate to see all his work go down the drain because I think he was doing so good. But I don't think it's like over for him, but it's definitely a big misstep. It sent the wrong message.
I don't know who she is, but they just showed a clip of her being on News Network. I know what News Network is.
Well, she's a big deal.
News Nation.
Whatever it's called.
Let's get it right.
I don't have to get it right.
All right.
What it's called. I don't have to get anything right. Do you work for them?
Well, if I did, I wouldn't be disrespectful.
Right.
She's a fan.
Are you Ashley's brother? Sure. Move on.
All right. So let's get off of Diddy. What'd you say, Dustin?
I said I have respect for Ashley Banfield, so thank you.
I got the name wrong, so we get ready to criticize me because I got the name wrong.
Calm down, Q.
I'm just asking a question.
She's a big deal. Hopefully he'll be invited back. Now, what else did I have on the agenda for tonight? It says, did not guilty. Cassie sued. Cassie getting sued, y'all. I hope she put her money in a trust. What else is going on? Because they coming after that money, that $30 million.
Oh, you know what I just found out today? This lawsuit is not new. I didn't know that. I thought that he just filed this like yesterday.
So what about nothing really happened. Angela ain't lie on that girl. So I think that this boy is just a messy. I want to call him something else, but a messy stunt queen.
He a messy punk.
I want to call him something else.
You talking about Q or who? What?
No. Yeah.
Q. Nasty top shelf. You got a surgery. I'm gonna let you live today. You got out of surgery. Let me.
I am not talking. I literally just came back in the chat. I didn't know who she was talking about. My bad.
Let me get this boy off my thing. Hold on. Y'all really think that boy is telling the truth about anything now? Like, come on.
No, I think he been lying. He lying the whole time.
Exactly. I think this is a scheme he set up to bring us the bullshit. Y'all
You
done
don't think
ran
the
Dustin
producers
out of
did
here.
that?
You don't be running Dustin up out of here.
Oh shit! Don't bring it
Oh
up.
no, I don't think he meant it like that. He just not familiar with her. I've only seen her a couple of times, but I know she's a real journalist.
Yeah, I didn't know who she was.
But
I don't
y'all
want
don't think the
listen.
producers did that to Angela because the show was dragging a little bit and they wanted to spice it up?
Hold on,
I
really,
think
really
Kelly
quickly.
did it.
I only know the only people I know. Only people I know on CNN
Possibly.
is Anderson Cooper
What
and
kind of receipt he had? What's his name? Marcus? Let me look it up.
Yeah.
the only people I knew on CNN is Angela Cooper and who that black girl that got that TV show at night and I can't think of her name.
Black girl.
She a black girl. She got her. She took Anderson's spot. The 10 o'clock spot. Abby Phillips.
Yeah.
Outside of that, I don't be knowing these damn people names.
I don't know him either. I only know her because she was on, because our mom was on there. But I seen her arguing with. She was on the panel with Harvey and Joe Tacopina, Nancy Grace, Ebony K. Williams, and then they had Armand over there in the corner. But I know she's a big deal in like the Trump world and all that type of shit. Like that, those news networks, like Fox and all that shit.
But I think that I don't think Phaedra did it.
I think she did it. The reason why I think she did it is because she kept on doing her interviews talking about, I was only there for 10 days. I was only there for 2 weeks. So you was only there for 10 days, 2 weeks, but you had enough time to research that this girl had foreclosures on her home. Why would you need to know that information? Why?
The same reason, the same top shelf, the same reason why Angela was able to say, so you took your kid, do you take your kids to see their father?
I mean, anybody can. I'm gonna get you up off me. Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
Now,
So that's what Phaedra was doing.
Let me ask you this, Q. Is that talking about the kids? If I say that, if I bring that up,
no, and I'm gonna talk about that in a second too.
Okay.
No, that's not about the kids at all. Not at all.
Let me find these receipts.
But but the same can be said about Phaedra. I wanted to get the girl up off me, and from my understanding, these girls now, when they get on these shows, which is why we are not filling the shows like we used to, they doing research on the people now. Before when they hear who the cast is, let me go. Top Shelf. Let me go do some research on him to see what I can say if me and him get into it, instead of just having a genuine,
back and forth.
Yeah.
But I do think that the whole foreclosure read is such. That's like early 2010 housewife. You know what I mean? Like nobody. Give me something else. Like, come on.
And it wasn't like her house was in foreclosure, right?
Yeah. This was these were investment properties that the market dropped.
Right.
I want to. Wait, what? I thought it was a phone call.
Leave him alone. Trust me. Leave him alone.
It was funny.
Leave him alone.
Let's see. True. Angela would like me to invite you to this tonight. Hope you can make it. I'll be there as long as you and Angela have my back. And let me have a beverage before y'all read me. I'll be there. Me and you heavy on a beverage. We got your back. Hey, what you eat to eat? Meet you at the bar. This isn't confirming or denying.
There's nothing, because Drew said that in the episode. She says, "Okay, I'm gonna go get him. He's at the bar. I got him a drink." She said that literally in the episode. So this wasn't nothing.
So he's tweeting this like it's something, and he pinned it. It's not really.
So are y'all saying y'all believe that Phaedra did it because of what happened with the Candy situation?
I'm saying I don't know what to believe. Because I I know who I don't believe, and it's Marcus. I don't believe shit he say. Period. Like,
So,
because when
so
you were given the floor, you said it was Phaedra. You adamantly said you got on national TV and said it was Phaedra. Now, all of a sudden, you want to say it's somebody else. So which one
Right.
is it?
right.
And which one are we supposed to believe?
And well, the reason why I don't think it was Phaedra, because the ladies didn't even take it serious. Like nobody was like they were shocked with the candy stuff. They was just looking like, what? Like, oh, okay. Anyway, look, what else is going on? Like, it was kind of like one of those situations. Like, we know Phaedra didn't do it, and it just
Well,
and it came off sloppy.
I think the reason why that they weren't phased by it, because if you look at it right now, you have Portia who's gonna ride with Phaedra. You have I almost called her Kimmy. What's the girl name? The
Kelly.
Kelly doesn't like Pistol, Brittany, so she's gonna automatically come for her. Shamia doesn't like Britt, so she's gonna come for her. So it's like, why do Phaedra? We can all pin this on Britt. Do you think Britt is the one who did it?
I think this boy did this.
Yeah,
And
I don't
Kelly.
think it was any of the ladies. I think it was just this boy who heard some tea about Charles in the street and was trying to find a way to get a little bit of fame on the show.
Yes, because look how much about Housewives he's tweeting. All he's tweeting is about Housewives.
She's promoting his podcast.
Yeah, like
It's yeah, and it's something I don't like about them. Keep saying this man is cheating. It just feels a little funky to me. Maybe because he the only husband on the show.
well, the thing is, Callie, because so this is what I believe, and I could be wrong, but Angela was supposed to. They wanted Angela to be a cast member. Season 6. I think season 6. Okay.
Yeah.
Season 6, and then they tried again like season 8 or season 9 or whatever. And at the time, I think that's probably when Charles was cheating, and she had and that's probably when the ladies had found out about he was cheating, so they thought she was gonna be on the show. Like, oh yeah, we got this tea on her. But the thing is, Charles, she has already told us what happened. We've already know about it, and she took the man back. So you telling us that Charles cheating again? If Angela is okay with it, who the hell are we to get, like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, why not us literally make a big deal out of it? Like, I just think the boy was being messy. He was being messy, and I think he was looking for a moment. And I will say this though. He was at Kelly's event.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I do not trust. If anybody on this cast I don't like and trust for real, is Kelly. Because she always got something smart to say. Even when they were sitting on the couch together and Britt was like, I wouldn't do that. I'm a married woman. And Kelly's like, well, her drunk ass. And Phaedra had to like grab her hand like, girl, be hush. And it was at her party, like Angela said. Something is off with me about Kelly. Because how did he get into your party with this mess?
Hey, can I also say this? I don't care. I'm back now. I'm all healed up from the hard stuff. Look, let me tell you something. I don't want to see binge worthy on my screen ever again. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Why do
it's
y'all
kinda
keep
weird to
inviting?
me.
Like they're messy. Even with what's the other one?
He probably did it.
Who was binge worthy?
He's the blogger.
Oh.
He's the blogger. He's been at every event. He was at
Let me
Britt's
find him.
event. He was at Kelly's event. He was at this event. What's the
He's
other
trying
one?
to get on the show like the girl that got on Salt Lake City to me.
Literally, these guy bloggers want to be housewives. That's how I look at it. I think so. What's the other one name? He hates Kenya. He's the one who was calling up at her business and stuff like that. I forgot his name on YouTube. But anyway,
Yeah, this
Oh,
guy.
Oh, okay. You can take his picture down.
I just think like, come on. And the last episode, none of those women are redeemable for me. Shamia is whack as hell. She looked a mess at her at that showcase or whatever that was. She sounded horrible.
What was she wearing?
She looked a mess. Kelly is a drunk. She up there putting Baileys in her coffee while she's trying to cook breakfast for the kids, and it's like, girl, bye. Britt was it's so crazy because the cast was so disjointed at the end of the season. I'm like, damn, we may need Britt to do a second season for me, because at least she's going back with it, giving us something.
Now look, this guy right here, Bingeworthy, he's all behind the scenes. He's at every event they have. So he could have been very much in on it.
I think that Shamia owes Britt an apology, because before the season started, she went on this tour about Britt said something about my child. Britt said something so horrible about my child, and y'all gonna see it play out. And I could never forgive her. I can't talk to her. What it looked like to me was she was saying something about your mothering skills.
Right.
Yeah. Not your child.
Which all of YouTube said the same thing. Why do you have if you have this big ass mansion and your husband is the king of HVACs, why is your daughter in a cold ass room?
Well, I didn't believe
Yeah,
it when
that was the ironic thing about it. Like, doesn't your husband own an HVAC company? Like, what is going on?
I didn't believe it when she said it.
It
because
almost seems like the daughter was in that cold room because no one cared. That's what it seemed like.
Also, think about this.
I mean, let's just be
Think about this,
real.
Callie.
Like you.
Think about this, Callie. When think about the next morning. Oh, I was so devastated. I had such a rough night. Did you have a rough night? Because we saw you twerking and drinking.
Right.
Mm-hmm. We always see her twerking and drinking. I'm sick of looking at Shamia twerking.
Yep. That's all we see from Shamia. She be showing us how to suck dick and everything. Girl, what is this? Like,
oh my God.
His mother.
And y'all, I'm not trying to age shame anybody because I'm older than her and Portia, but they are too old to be doing some of the stuff they doing.
Yes.
It just don't
So
look right no more.
I want to see this guy right
old.
here.
Yes.
I feel like he might have something to do with it. Because look how hype he is. Hold on.
So that doesn't mean anything, because at any given time, everything can change. And that's exactly what happened when this crazy boy started the craziest rumor about Angela Oakley that left everybody at Williams-Sonoma absolutely shook. Except Charles Oakley, apparently. I normally plan out my videos and I kind of know what I'm going to say. And I didn't do that this time because this is a really awkward topic for me, because obviously I've been doing this forever. So y'all know that I do like the drama and I do like the mess, but this was crazy. Like, I remember getting invited to this event. Lamont, which is Kelly's PR, he invited me to this. And the crazy thing is, he originally invited me to this at Britt's event. He told me oh, you know what? Kelly is doing this cook-off with Charles Oakley. And I remember thinking why would Kelly be doing a cook-off with Charles? But I'm like, okay, it's cute for her storyline. Kelly is a chef and she does cook. So I was excited to taste Kelly's food and to kind of see her in her element. Cause I love Williams-Sonoma. I got my KitchenAid that's back there from Williams-Sonoma. It is a part of, I think it's color of the year, butter. I know y'all probably don't care about that, but anyways, I'm over talking and oversharing because I'm nervous. And I don't even know why I'm nervous, because it's not like I'm the one that came in there with the drama, and it's not like I was coming there with the tea. And that's one of the...
He got something to do with it.
Baby, he's too motherfucking big that had no bass in his voice. I can't.
Right.
You know what it's giving? It's giving he's doing a fake voice and this ain't his real voice. That's what it's giving.
That's exactly what it's giving.
And I feel like he invited Marcus. You think Marcus might be acting as a rogue
Marcus and then the thing is, they don't be getting... Girl, let me shut up. They don't be getting no cute niggas up there. They be getting these ugly ass niggas up there, these punks, fucked up legs, fucked up bodies and stuff, walking on the show talking shit. Girl.
Ball headed to the white meat.
Right. And you up there to apologize. I'm sorry, Charles. I'm sorry. I was Charles. You know Charles called him all kind of punks and sissies and shit when a
I
camera.
wouldn't even want to mess with Charles, especially if I was a man, because Charles like,
Charles
like
crazy, Charles.
ain't no way. You over there
Charles
messing
is
with that
crazy.
man's wife and trying to embarrass her on TV.
But the thing is, though, this to me is not news. It ain't no tea. Like, she already said the man cheated. That's why they broke up.
That was years ago. The people that broke up and got back together again.
Right.
What? I feel like you said. I feel like this is an old story that the season was dry, and this is why I don't put it past production to try to go bring up some, like, we need some drama. We need something. Go over there and say Charles cheating, anything. You know.
Right. Yeah, I just feel like nobody took it seriously because it wasn't nothing to take serious. But then also to Top Shelf's point, none of these women need to be brought back. I mean, outside of Angela, nobody needs to be brought back.
Q, after the last episode, I agree with you. What you've been saying all season, cancel the whole damn show.
Oh yeah.
Like
I think if they do not cancel the show, I think that they're gonna have to do something like they definitely gonna have to bring back Sheree.
Yeah.
Cynthia, Angela, Portia, Shamia can only be a friend. She don't need no peace.
She don't need to be a friend. She don't need to be nothing near the show.
So Shamia is not good TV at all. She's
No.
just not. She
I was
can't
talking to,
dress her. She's the poor little rich girl. That's what she is. You know how you had the stereotype of the poor little rich girl. She's rich, but she has no style. She's awkward. She's always depressed. Nothing is working out for her in life.
Oh,
that's
please.
She's the poor little rich girl.
I was talking to Autumn we were talking earlier today, and we were talking
What
about
Autumn? Autumn in LA?
That's only Autumn I talk to, baby.
Not Autumn's mom.
Dude, I can't wait till I see you in person. I'm gonna punch you right in your face when I meet you.
This ain't Cassie. This ain't Cassie. We were talking, and she had said a really good lineup. At first, I was like, "What?" Now I don't agree with the Nene part, but she said Nene, Sheree, Kim, Angela, Portia, and Cynthia as friend of, and Phaedra. I said that's a pretty good lineup. Only if they gonna work. If they ain't gonna work, then don't.
I don't believe. Did you say Kenya?
No,
I don't see NBC. Oh, okay. Because I'm gonna say I don't
Kenya.
think she can come back.
No, she
as a room full of people.
And the thing
They're
is,
not trying to mess with
It's
that.
on it, Brittany.
the ladies
Right.
need to work. The ladies need to work. Nene, you cannot be giving people. Nobody's kissing your ass. Kim, you taking your ass on them trips.
If Kenya ain't there, it ain't working.
Please, Sheree, just
Kenya got her.
Let them finish.
We don't need Kenya. Kenya really don't. As much as you love her Top Shelf, Kenya really don't bring nothing to TV. If she ain't gonna do nothing, but bring back a fake storyline with Mark.
Well, if Nene's there, she might.
And we don't want to see Brooklyn.
I think that people are in denial about what Kenya actually did. I don't see any job bringing someone back who did that.
Well, if anything, Bravo will, because literally, Britt did SA to a room full of people, and she finished out the season.
Huh?
Britt, she got butt ass naked. They didn't show it, but it was reported that's why Shamia said, "Well, you got naked in front of everybody."
No,
they didn't show it.
I do think that Britt was let go, and I think that's why she didn't come to the reunion, because she was already let go.
But but I'm saying when they were in Grenada, she got fully butt ass naked in front of the staff, in front of everybody, and they still
did. I put her titties on the counter.
Yes, she got fully naked. That's sexual assault to me too, right?
I don't know why they didn't get rid of Britt. It's fascinating to me, because I feel like
that was sexual assault.
She should have been gone. I think
Thank
she
you.
should have been gone after the first incident with Kenya, and they should have discontinued with the people that they had on the
So
show.
wait, Slim says Marcus called a producer and said he has a tape from his restaurant showing Charles on a date with another woman. So they invited Marcus to the event. So he was acting alone.
But because you see a woman, because you see him on this, this is the thing. Just because he's on at dinner with another woman, that don't mean he cheating. That could have been his cousin, his sister, his aunt. He could have been out there with a businesswoman. That could have been one of Angela's people. Like
His
that don't mean
daughter,
that say it again, right?
or one of Angela's daughters.
Yeah, like to say the man was like that's the shit that be killing me. Like, oh, I saw him out with another woman. Well, who was the woman? Oh, I don't know. I just saw him out there with. Oh, like what?
Yeah, something don't smell right with this cheat.
You said it's a link in the tape. I don't see none of that. But to me, it's like, what do we believe from this man at this point? He lied so much.
He changed his story. Then when he was on the phone, the audio recording of him saying that he did do it and it was her, and now he's saying it wasn't. It's like, I don't look. He's back and forth. He's a messy queen. He's a messy princess.
Yep.
Mm.
And this is why, if I was Phaedra, I wouldn't address it no more. The man's a liar. Like, y'all can say what y'all want to say about me, but the man is a liar. Like, even when Phaedra was like, here's the other thing: if you gonna come to the event and say, "Well, Phaedra, the photo you gave me, why you didn't have the photo sitting there that Phaedra gave you?"
Number one, so with Phaedra, I like to pay attention to people's behaviors and patterns. So when they accuse Phaedra of the thing with Candy and them, I can't copy and paste from here. You would have to I don't know where you put it, but you would have to come up and put it in the group chat, and I can just in our private group chat, and I can click on it. But or just tell me where it is. When they accused Phaedra of doing the stuff with Candy, she was completely silent.
Yeah.
They was asking her questions, and she was like,
stuttering.
"Well,
yeah, nervous.
How are you, Portia? Portia, don't cry." Like she was doing all of that. Now this time she was denying it. She was like, "What?" And when they said envelope, they was like, "Now we know good and goddamn well Miss Phaedra Parks ain't bringing no evidence with her, like an envelope." So and when they said that, I was like, "No, that makes sense."
Even when they said the man name, she was like, "What's the man name?" She's talking about some Junebug. She was like, "Junebug."
Like I couldn't come up with something better than that.
Yeah.
I think that he said that because he didn't want to say the guy's real name on TV, but I do. It just makes sense to me from
And
them
then when
being
she
from
was gonna watch
actors.
What Happens Live, she actually denied it. The first time she did not confirm nor deny. And I think if this man had all this evidence out there against her, she would be quiet or not or dodging the questions like she normally does when she don't want to answer when she's lying. I think we've known of been around Phaedra long enough to know when she's being full of shit. So her just even engaging with this and laughing and actually denying it. We got to keep remembering she's a lawyer. I don't think she would deny something that would come back and bite her in the ass. That's just me not taking nothing else into consideration what the man said and the proof and this and that and you know I don't, but I'm still saying I don't know. I can't adamantly say who it is. And at this point, I don't give a F because this messy girl is lied so much. It's like, oh, just get out of here. We don't even care no more now. It's a joke now, you know?
That's my whole point. When I first seen it, I was like, "This is a joke. It's nothing to take serious." It's like, okay, what's the next scene? Like it was almost like one of those things. Like it didn't give me like, "Oh my god, I can't wait to see what happens at the reunion." It was like, "Oh, okay."
Like, please don't bring this shit up at the reunion because it's stupid.
Yeah,
and
I
the
was
way
more
Angela
interested.
delivered it was even
I was
cornier.
more interested in Shamia talking about I was going to kick her ass. No, you wasn't.
No, you wasn't because you would have did it.
You got the running in a tuxedo suit you had on. You got the fucking running.
Talking about you popping pills. This girl came for you, and like you said, your daughter, and all you had to say, "Oh, Brett, you got butt ass naked in front of us." Like you just so above her. She ate you up, Shamia.
For the
I
second.
don't like
It
the
was
whole
the
pill
truth.
popping thing. because you knew I was popping pills before you on Mad Day, so now you want to bring that up? I don't like that.
And I thought it was her husband, the one that was popping the pills.
And did you see? Let me find it. Did you see Britt eat Shamia up again online? Let me find it.
No.
Hold on. Let me find it. He says, here it is. She says Shamia doesn't get to call me a whore all season long, imply I'm an addict, bully me in every media outlet, fuck my marriage, and try to get the public to hate me because she's a liar. What no one sees is Shamia using that storyline to gain sympathy from the fans when she weaponizes her child's condition, and no one knows, and no one can say anything. But no one talks about that made up story she has put in the media, dragging my name every chance she gets. Fuck her.
I feel like Britt be watching our lives, because how many times I got up here and said, I'm tired of hearing about this baby, this sick ass baby. Stay home. And it seemed like her husband only call her when the baby's sick. Like it's almost to say, like, girl, come get this baby. You know I don't do this. This is why I want you on the show. You're supposed to be in the house with this baby.
Yeah, if the baby is that damn sick, she don't need to be on the show.
No, it's like, nigga, you can't pick the baby. You couldn't put the cover on the baby, nigga. You call all the way down to Grenada to tell me the baby is fucking cold.
I think that with the reason why Shamia started running off, because when Britt started eating her up about going to Miami and partying, she said, okay, I gotta go. Because it was true.
And their husband might find out.
But here's the thing, though. You started with me. You started calling me a pill popper. I'm naked. You started with me. So let me get you up off of me, and let me ask you, what about your sick child? Did you see your child when you was in Miami?
Q, even more than that, you asking me about this shit with Portia, bitch. You said it.
You said it.
You've been going around talking to anybody who will listen about your best friend.
Well, I got one better for you. You talking shit in the car about a donation, and then get at the table and talk donation. But then when I call you out, why don't you just say it to my face? Why are you beating around the bush about a fucking donation? And here's the other thing. What if I was Britt, I would have said, hold up. What did everybody at this table donate? Y'all not getting ready to jump about what I donated. What the fuck did everybody else donate?
Because we never heard that. We never
heard it, and we never seen the donation being given to the people.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
I mean,
I wonder if they filmed it but didn't air it.
$250. That wasn't nothing. Some toilet paper.
But what I'm saying is, whether it was a bad donation or not, Shamia, you not getting ready to sit here and drag this out with me. When in reality, you can be like, look, next time, this is what you need to give.
Q, did you see Next Gen?
Can we talk about that, please?
I didn't watch it yet. Y'all gonna have to tell me what
episode.
happened.
Yeah, I didn't watch
Did you see how Charlie snapped on Georgia in the ass?
I think, let me tell you something. I have been struggling with this show because it's one of those shows where I can't look away, but I hate watching it because of Charlie, because he represents everything I hate in white privileged men.
Right.
Like he's a mess. And the way he snapped at the end over some speakers, he called this girl a delusional dumb bitch.
A poor bitch eating his scraps.
Yeah, a poor homeless. She was like a homeless poor girl who was eating my scraps when I allowed her to stay at my place for a couple of nights. Who says that?
He ate her up though. I'm sorry.
He did. He did.
He ate her up though.
She does seem like a social climber though.
She does.
I saw the clip. Look, I know Top Shelf. I know what you mean, but baby, I'm sorry. He ate her up though. I said,
I mean, he on nasty day, when he's getting nasty, he can get nasty with it. I just don't like how he did Riley when they were at that pier and he's talking shit about Riley talking about what did he say? He used the word entitled. She felt entitled to do it, but she felt entitled to kick me out. But anyway, she paid for it, so oh well.
Oh, he's such a scammer, isn't he?
Ugh.
So Riley basically paid the lion's share of the club he wanted to go to, and then when the girls all got together on him, they were like, "Bitch, he did that to me. He did that to me too. He stuck me with the bill. He stuck you with the bill." So everybody's on to him. They all gonna confront his ass. But I hate that Riley called herself playing big dog, but he really played you because you
Right.
paid majority of the damn bill.
Right. I didn't like that either.
And did you see his ass riding a skateboard? I said, baby, what kind of bullshit is this?
Screw that. No, the skateboard. Boy, I was about to say something. Oh, this is what I don't like, right? You see how Gia, Ariana, and the trans girl, was it the trans girl? It was 3 people that jumped on Ava, right?
Yeah.
Ava should have mind her fucking business.
But before that, with Ariana, where was all that when Riley you was quiet as a church mouse when Riley was crying when Charlie was doing his you accosted that little girl and all you so gung-ho about this little comment and your fashions are not on point. Like you don't look like a fashion girl to me. You look like you wasting your boyfriend's money because when you had the meeting with the man, y'all didn't even know what the fuck he was talking about. First of all.
Well, maybe that's the reason
Not
why
too much
Riley
on
did.
Ava, because Ava was the only one who took up for Riley. Bitch, and hit dog a holler. You don't look like nobody's fashion girl. Sorry, you or your boyfriend.
Well, I think Riley, she didn't jump in it with to defend Ava either. She stayed her ass by that bar.
No, she actually took a little shot at Ava, I think.
Who, Riley?
Did she say, why would Ava be coming at you her like that or some shit? She took Ariana's side on that. I believe.
I ain't hear that.
My thing is Ava is not walking around here like she's stepping off the cover of Vogue.
Right.
So if I come to New York and say I want to be a fashion designer today and tomorrow I want to sell dogs, that's what I want to do today. Mind your fucking business and worry about how your daddy gonna get his money. Is that why
you
you
don't
want
look
to
like a fashion girl to me?
And I don't
That's
have
what
to.
she said. All
And I
she
don't
said
have to,
was,
but you-
I'm surprised she's starting a fashion line. Why
And I
does it
would've
hurt you
said-
feeling so bad?
And I would have said, I'm surprised you sit on the show with me. So I guess now we're even.
Well,
I'm surprised you could be here because you don't have nowhere to live. You only living here because Zaxby's over here.
You right, Ava. I don't have nowhere to live, but my boyfriend got a whole house. What your daddy got?
My mother got me.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
My
wait a
mother
minute.
is the Rachel Roy. What does your mom do? Oh, I forgot.
Wait
Is she
a
going
minute.
back to Big Papa?
She may. She might.
Is your daddy Big Papa? Do you know who your daddy is?
We know who your daddy is, broken poor.
But at least I know who he is.
Maybe
You
you
probably,
should.
she probably does know who he is, but didn't she just get evicted from her apartment?
Who, Ava?
Yes.
But then your whole family get evicted from their home
I've had my own place.
temporarily until he gets rid. Until his father gets tells him to
let
get
it
you
go,
off of
girl.
him.
Go get a drink,
What's that boy
Ava.
name? If that boy is my son, he would have to get far the fuck away from her.
Go get a drink, Ava. Go drink your tears away, bitch. Get out my face. That's what I
It's
would have
not
told.
good for my figure because I actually model. Sorry.
What runway was that?
Print. My last print model.
Oh, like Cynthia.
You
Like
wouldn't know anything about it.
My mother wears those. My mother wears that size. See, me and Richie, we make good. Me and Richie Baby make good TV. Maybe they've been filming us all motherfucking day long.
Did you guys catch that Charlie said that Hudson, Ariana's boyfriend, paid $8,000 of the bill?
That's a shame.
And Riley paid what, 7,000?
7,000.
That's what I'm saying. Like he got them. He playing the shit out of them. But I hope they wake up and see what he's doing and what he did. And Charlie, you're not gonna keep having us pay for your little thotties to come over. You only get $10,000 a month, okay? That's only $2,500 a week. Your lifestyle is way more than that. That's why you was crying about the little fucking speaker because you owe out half your check. You owe this one $4,000. You owe this one $3,000. Yada 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 yada. You need to clean up the nasty apartment.
But see, Charlie has been able to get away with that because of the group of people he surrounded himself with.
Right.
Because I know some motherfuckers that would have fucked Charlie up.
Is his roommate moving out? Did he say he was getting away from Charlie? We was packing the shit. He said he wasn't focused. He wasn't he saying that?
I had to look back on it. He was just folding clothes. I thought he was packing too, but he was just folding clothes.
Riley paid $7K, but the $7K supposed to get split by 3. So who paying the other $7K?
I thought
the way
the problem that I had with Charlie was, even though he ate Georgia up, I was like, damn, like, if you was a guy, I would have smacked you.
Yeah, I ain't like that. That aggression towards women from men, I don't like that.
I don't like, sir, you aggressive. And I'm like, but the other
Real
thing
aggressive.
They don't really have, and I guess I got to take myself out the scenario because, me and Charlie already got to a fight by now. But I had to take myself out of the scenario. I'm just like, why ain't nobody, and I have to understand this is just not the group of people, but I'm like, why ain't nobody stepped to Charlie yet?
Right. Charlie dad must be really, 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 really rich. Somebody said they could tell he was rich by the dad's house that he had and where it was located. But that doesn't mean.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know about that because
I think that it hasn't gotten to that point yet.
What you mean?
I think it will happen.
What point?
I think them having that meeting, all of them having that meeting about Charlie, stiffing them with the bill and calling him broke, and he's 30 and he's aimless and he only, he just wants to sleep and get high and party. They're all kind of over it. And I think that this shit is coming to a head with Charlie. And the last person he had on his side was Georgia, and he just completely obliterated that friendship.
Over
and I could call her a social climber, or I could see a social climber is very motivated. She found her a man who adores her and supports her dreams and stuff. This is what, the American dream, is what like a dream come true for her. So
one thing about her, she's a go-getter. Shit.
Hello.
Hey.
And that boy love her. I don't know if he's black or Arabian or mixed or what, but he love her literally her dirty drawers.
I think that what I do like about this show is that we've seen Candy, we've seen Todd, we've seen Tissa, we're gonna see Kim coming up. I think that this is going to be Kim's way back onto Atlanta.
Yes.
And what I also like is that her daughter, even though her daughter has some similarities to her mother, her daughter is her own person.
Mm-hmm.
Her daughter's much more likable too.
Mm-hmm.
I like her daughter.
For now.
Like, all of those kids are nothing. I think that probably the closest person to her mother would be Gia, but I wouldn't even say that because I think Gia is a little bit more aggressive than Tissa is right now. But they're nothing like their parents. Like they stand on their own.
And I like
Tissa pretty aggressive.
For the most part, the housewife kids have each other's backs.
Yeah.
Because the trust fund kids was kind of trying to shit on them as if they weren't shit. But all of them are motivated. And they're the draw of the show.
Okay, let me ask you guys this. Who do y'all think has the most, out of the kids, who do y'all think has the most money or gets the most money from their parents?
Out of what kids? All of them?
Like the entire show, like all the people. Because I actually think
kid.
Yeah, the Zaxby kid.
I agree. I was gonna say Riley. I think that she gets a good money because even when she said it was $14K, even though Candy's response was like, "What?" But it wasn't like, I don't know. It wasn't like we don't got that money.
She said it better not be off the card. I pay for it, like as if she could have paid for it,
I think she got Riley on a budget though. Like you're not spending over this amount a month.
Right.
Also,
but with the Zaxby's kid, he's paying $10,000 a month for rent plus the fee, and they doing this fashion line, so he's getting the most money from his dad. Charlie's only getting $10,000. That's not a lot. That's what Hudson and them is paying in rent.
Yeah.
I think that Riley probably got a real actual trust fund that she gets a dividend from every month. Now, I don't know if Candy gives her all of the money or if she just gives her some of it, But I'm pretty sure that Candy set Riley up.
Yeah.
And I know Gabor would love this part or hate this part. I feel like Todd is the one. I don't like when black parents try to hurry up and rush their kid off the tit. Like you see, like the white parents, they'll take care of their kids till they die. Like look at Tinsley. Like she still living off her trust fund. But Candy's like, girl, you got a year left and all that. But I only think that's so because of Todd. Because that's probably what he's doing to Kayla. Because you notice we ain't seen Kayla on the show at all. Not even as a dinner date.
You know, I think we fell for the scam that they have what they have because they work hard. And sometimes, unless you really been around white people and you know they inherited that stuff. Even the ones that you think are working class, they're still getting a lot of help from their family.
Yeah.
I think that I do think that Riley probably getting a nice chunk of change. I think Gia probably getting a nice chunk of change. I will say this though, out of the show, I think that if they come back for a second season, I think they should bring Ariana back. Riley, Gia.
You want Gia back?
I do. I like.
She ain't giving nothing. She ain't giving me nothing.
But she may not be given that much. But what I like about Gia is she's not like. Gia is she don't back down, if that makes sense. Like she's just not like she's.
And plus, Gia hasn't really been able to. She hasn't really had a good because she live in Jersey.
Yeah,
I feel like she misses a lot of the action.
Now there's a rumor I heard Cynthia talk about it that they want to do next gen LA.
Oh, no, one at a time.
But I'm like, let this one grow first.
Yeah.
Right. But you know what? Kyle's daughters are gonna take over that whole show.
Yes. Yes.
And they're not
That's what
boring.
it's gonna end up being is a show about them.
Yes.
Don't they already have a show about them?
It was canceled. That's why they sitting up here talking about let's do a next gen LA. They think they sick.
Who other kids is it?
It's Noelle.
She was saying no. She had said Noelle, but my thing is Noelle don't live in LA. Well,
I thought she did.
Yeah.
Noelle is boring.
She live with Leon. You're right. She live with Leon.
Yeah, but look, Noelle ain't got no personality to be on TV. She really don't.
Well,
She don't have
Riley
to play off.
Riley ain't had no personality either.
She got a little bit more than I thought she did.
But that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying they should go through with the concept, but like,
you know,
I get what y'all saying, but I think we need to see if we want a second season. Let this one get like a second or third season.
This one barely. I feel like on this one, they cut out all of the good scenes and put in scenes with Seth, and I think it's weird that Seth keep asking these boys if they gay or not.
That's
like, what
weird.
you want to know for, Seth?
Well, didn't he make a comment talking about he was bi-curious or some crazy mess he said?
I think he's trying to be funny, but to me, it's coming off as like, are you like on some Diddy shit? Like, what is this?
But can I say something again about? Let me say something about Charlie. I did not I didn't like that Charlie outed Dylan like that because Dylan has not brought up his sexuality at all. But Charlie's like, oh yeah, he sleeps with men. He sleeps with men and women. He gets all the play. Why do we need to know that?
But you know what Charlie is? Charlie give me. I know people like Charlie. I know black guys like Charlie. Charlie like attention because he ain't getting that from his parents. And Charlie is a loser. At the end of the day, he's a loser who don't know what he want to do with his life, which comes from his parents not raising him correctly. And he puts himself in a circle where he seems like he the top dog. And you want to talk to him, and you just got to deal with it because of who my daddy is, and I'm Charlie, and I'm this, and I'm that. I would love to see Charlie on a show. I'm trying to think of a young kid. Like who can I need a young child that I know wouldn't have no problem getting with Charlie. I can't think of a celebrity child right now that we've seen on TV. Like, oh yeah, they don't play around. But like Charlie ain't ran into the right person yet. That's all.
I wish Brooks would like grow up.
Yeah, he can
Cause I
leave.
feel like if Brooks would say the shit he was thinking to people's face, he might be something, you know?
I think I like Brooks, but he's just too timid for me. I need you to have a backbone. I need you to speak up. I need you to stop being embarrassed and stop being uncomfortable and all the other bullshit. We're on
Just
the
think
show.
about the shit that Brooks be saying and thinking about people. If he was really able to say that shit to people's faces, shit, baby. But I'm giving Brooks time because he was very sheltered. He was outed on national TV. I'm just glad to see him living his truth. You know, he's talking about his boyfriend a little bit. His dad's being weird, but I'm giving Charlie some time. I love Charlie, not Charlie Brooks. I'm giving Brooks time as a mama bear.
Okay.
And I love Meredith. You know, I love the Salt Lake City girls.
Who should come back for season 2?
To me, I'm a believer in everybody. Just leave it alone for a second. When they start tweaking stuff and adding people and messing everything up.
You gotta get rid of Charlie though. You gotta get rid of him.
But
Yeah, I
Charlie,
think Charlie can go. He don't fit on the show.
Charlie is the villain.
But the problem is with the villain, you have to have somebody who's willing to go against, who's willing to like get down and dirty with him. Like,
But they just got together as a team against Charlie and figured out.
But
he's been ripping all of them off.
I
so
think Charlie is too old to
I
be on.
think they're gonna come. They're gonna get on his ass and embarrass the shit out of Charlie Watch.
I understand what you're saying, but here's the thing: we don't live in a day where you can just wait and wait and wait. Charlie, you with somebody like a Charlie, you got to get him right away. You can't let this shit linger on. You can't let him keep doing what he doing and talking how he doing. The minute that Charlie said he was gonna slap somebody, well, we fighting because you gonna slap me, then slap me.
Cause he already asked.
Yeah,
they
but he
already asked. What's his name?
go
Zach
around the corner.
to fight.
Yeah, I would say, well, we can go right here. We gotta go around the corner.
No, we keeping Ava. I want to keep everybody. Just give the show a chance. We want to give the show a second season. Give everybody a chance. Maybe if y'all want to add somebody else, they can keep the trans girl for real. For real. She is nothing.
I don't know. I feel like she hasn't been there, but also out of all the people, I only see Georgina, her working. Who else is working on there, actually doing something?
But she will say shit to people facing, so we can keep her.
I mean, she can call it out. I think we just need to see more of it.
And she almost 32, yeah.
I actually forgot that she was trans. Like after a while, it's like, oh, okay, whatever. You know?
She is beautiful.
That deep ass voice.
But she's not annoying. like T.S. Madison, you know? Like extra and stupid.
Yeah, she ain't like constantly telling you that she's trans.
Right. Yeah, thinking of her, I like her. I just feel like she hasn't been on the show a lot.
Yeah.
I want Ava to like get up under her. Like in the beginning, she was like, I can learn so much from her and I need to be, do what she does. Cause I feel like Ava probably looked down on influencers at a certain point, but that's the way.
They paying their rent.
You know what's name was so Ariana was on Watch What Happens Live, and Andy has said Andy has said something about I'm paraphrasing, but something about the conversation of the housewives kids. And Ariana was like, yeah, I don't know what the issue is. And Andy said, well, if it wasn't for y'all, the show wouldn't have got greenlit.
Right.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, nobody knows who these other people are or care about these other people.
Right.
Y'all, this show would be so dry if it was just y'all. The trust fund kids, we wouldn't care about them.
No. We don't care about them now.
No.
Actually, I feel like it's the wrong time to actually be showing. I don't know. For some reason, with everything that's going on in the world right now, it's just to see wealth to be just thrown around. It's off-putting a little bit to me. So I wouldn't.
Well, then you can't watch Miami, or you can't watch Beverly.
Oh my god! Have you seen the last episode of Miami?
I don't watch it. I'm saying like everybody keep talking about the.
I haven't seen anything this week, so
I did.
What did you think about the drink, Richie?
You talking about what? Julia?
Yeah, Julie in general, but what you think about her throwing the drink in her face and Gertie staying there to dry out until the end of the party.
I don't like that. Of course, I don't like that Julia did that. It's completely fuck Julia and Martina and her babies over here with me. I feel like she's just doing that to like, amp it up for a storyline or whatever, because she's that boring and she's just sacrificing Gertie for it. But I do feel like Gertie is annoying, and when that happened, I don't like the way Kiki was like, we should leave because they want us to leave, but I felt like she should have. I don't know if I feel like she should have left, but I don't feel like she should have just sat there and kept arguing her point.
Yeah.
Like, you didn't just get water splashed on you. I feel like if I would have got water splashed on me, and we would have been fighting, but since it was Marisol wedding, I would have maybe like went downstairs, not kept causing the scene,
I don't know. Fuck that. You throw water in my face, I'm splashing you back, wedding or not.
I might wait downstairs for you, something.
We turned the motherfucking child. Y'all want me off the show.
What'd you say?
Y'all want me off the show.
Yeah.
I don't play. Here's the thing. I don't mind arguing. I don't play like that though. If you put your hands on me or you throw a drink on me, I don't play like that. If we can go back and forth, but the minute, and I'm not a cop caller, we fighting. I'm win, lose, or draw. We fighting. I don't get down like that. I think that's why I know I'm not good on reality TV.
And it was so corny the way she did it. It was just weird. It was out of place. She didn't even throw the drink right.
Yeah.
It is like, Julia, like, who is this? Like, who are you? Like, what? I don't like that Gertie went to a sit-down lunch with her. Like, what the fuck? Man, like, stop kissing this bitch ass. Like, but Gertie doesn't really have any allies now that Dr. Nicole is gone. You see how they all just sat there and watched them happen. And even her husband said something about it, I think.
Yeah, he said none of the women said or did anything.
Because
But
remember, her and Lisa, her and Larsa were into it last year. I think her and Lisa were in it last year. Gertie and Lisa got into it last year. So Gertie is really on an island by herself. Julia was kind of like her only friend. So if I was Gertie, I would start making friends with Adriana, because Julia is fronting on Adriana too. Like, I would start to move a little bit different now that Nicole is gone. Gertie needs to stop talking so fucking much.
The issue that they have with Gertie is the same issue that they kind of had with Nicole. I think it kind of bothers them a little bit that these women have actual careers.
Oh yeah.
It might be time for Gertie to take a break.
You know who else need to take a break from reality TV?
Who?
And never come back ever again in life?
Who?
Evelyn.
No,
I knew you were about to say that. I knew you were about to say that.
I stopped watching that years ago. Y'all still watching it?
I don't watch it, but on my timeline, my Twitter timeline is all over the place. So the clips be showing up, and my thing is, can't nobody say nothing about Shanice. You say something about my daughter, but you can speak on everybody else's fucking kids.
Yeah, I don't like the way she's in the middle of Jackie and her daughter. I don't like it at all. It's actually disgusting to me.
Chad ain't go upside her head hard enough.
No, Q.
Did he go upside it at all?
Right, that part. That part. Did he even touch you? Shit.
Jackie's daughter on here is I don't like what Chantel is doing. Like, you just got everybody talking about your mom like that's not your mom. I hate a disloyal ass bitch, whether it's your daughter or not.
That's all I'm saying. I don't like that. And I never did fuck with Evelyn, but I can't stand her ass. I'm gonna say what I want about that build the whore you got over there. Sure. Fuck her and you.
Look, right here, Q. Someone said Ev be the first person screaming about do not talk about my daughter. Yet she can keep Chantel and Jackie. Can't keep Chantel and Jackie out of her mouth. Be for real.
Mm-hmm.
The thing with Evelyn is that build a whore comment, I feel like she's getting Jackie back for that. Like Jackie's daughter is so enthralled by Evelyn and Shanice, and that's her Chantel's safe space now. Is Evelyn? This is how out of pocket Chantel is. You are cozying up with your mom her ops. You are your mom's main op.
I mean,
And she
I
don't
don't
see
think
like that her mom really fucking loves her. You wouldn't even be on this show if it wasn't for Jackie. Like, what are you talking about?
I don't know. I don't watch the show, but I don't know what Evelyn can say after her kid had a baby with the lamest dude in the industry. Like, what girl? Come on.
No money, nothing.
Was running around with Diddy, probably doing freak offs. I'm sure that's what he was over there doing. Because you know he used to be a dancer, right?
Yeah.
Wait, what was Lauren?
So follow the clues.
JC
Weird as hell too.
He used to be a dancer.
That dude is weird as hell.
Yes.
Look on camera. Yeah, you're right about that. Yo, I got about 15 minutes left in me.
I just think she just whack. She just whack, and I've never fucked with her. But the whole, I don't like that. You ain't gonna keep talking about my child. I'm gonna say what I want about that whore you got over there that you didn't raise, that was sitting over there paying the bills while you was laid up getting fucked. I'm gonna sit there and say what I want about that whore.
You know, I was Team Evelyn. You know, I'm Team Evelyn over here, but I do not like. I don't play this shit about people planting stuff or just getting in between mothers and daughters. I really don't respect Evelyn for what she's doing with Jackie and her daughter. The tide might be turning with me and Evelyn. Y'all know I've been holding Evelyn down since the beginning, but I'm not feeling this shit at all. At all. What about Brandy? And what about fucking Brittany?
Who?
Brittany.
That's what you should have asked your friend, the Muslim guy that was up here. That's what I should have asked him. How do you feel about Brittany cosplaying as a Muslim on TV?
Exactly. Because she took this shit right off.
I've been told y'all that. I told
That
you
wasn't my fucking friend.
I saw her at the down the street from where I live at the Cheesecake Factory, and she did not have that hijab or whatever it was. She didn't have none of that on.
But she have her panties on.
What would make someone want to troll like that? Like
for Kevin Gates.
Ew.
Not true.
Oh, how do y'all feel about what's her name? Is it Rachel Zoe?
Oh, I'm here for it.
On Beverly Hills.
On Beverly Hills.
On Beverly Hills. I'm a little excited about it, and I hope I don't get disappointed.
I hope she don't be Team Kyle. I'm sick of the Kyle. The what you call it? The altar of Kyle Richards. I'm tired of it.
What is her back? Did she get divorced or something like that, or going through a divorce?
So she knows she used to have a show on E.
Right.
She used to have a big show on E, the Rachel Zoe project. She has money. She's a big time fashion designer. She was married. I think that she is getting a divorce, but I don't know for sure. But
yeah, she invented the boho look.
Yeah,
like putting all those different ethnic looks together and wearing that stuff together.
And
they just got divorced September last year.
One thing I know about her for sure is this: she will not succumb to Kyle Richards. She's the main star in her own show. So I think them going head to head, that's going to be something interesting to watch.
If they got buddies, that's the only thing. They might come on here and be best friends.
And the thing is, I don't want nobody going against Kyle because Kyle don't really fight back. I low key like Erica, and I really want to see Erica and somebody have like a real like toe to toe, like full out feud. Not that shit she had with Sutton. Somebody that's not going back down from Erica.
Erica, if you notice, she chooses her battles wisely. She doesn't really go up against. She's not gonna say nothing bad to Kyle. You see how she was going back and forth with Dorit and Kyle. I lost respect for Erica too. So like when she see Rachel Zoe, all her fashion, she's gonna be kissing her ass too, like she did Jennifer Tilly. She's playing it really safe, and you know they all gonna be kissing Rachel Zoe ass. So we'll just have to wait and see.
I'm sorry. I don't I don't want to see what's the name back. Let her have cancer at the house. I'm sorry, but
Oh, I
I don't
Oh,
want.
forgot
I
she's
don't
supposed
need
to
her
come
back on my
back.
TV. No. Where did you hear this?
Is
She's
that
already coming
true?
back. It's true.
Teddy.
She's coming back.
Who?
No.
Teddy.
Child, throw
Teddy.
the show away. Throw the show away. She only coming back because Garcelle ain't there.
Yeah.
That's the reason why
That,
she coming back.
we got both. We don't need her.
What I'm saying is she not coming because Garcelle was used to say, "Bitch, you boring." So now you ain't got nobody to tell the girl she boring. So now she want to come back on TV. But here's what Teddy gonna do though. This what Teddy gonna do. Teddy gonna take all that energy she be having all these years that she be doing off the camera, and she gonna bring it to the show, and she gonna go after Sutton. Watch.
I'm not trying to be insensitive. I don't want to see that cancer story.
Me neither.
Just like I didn't want to see the sick baby story.
Me
I
neither.
don't watch House. That's too depressing. I'm not watching Housewives for that.
Y'all so mean, Sykes. I'm fucking with
No, I
you.
don't want to see it. She boring. She boring. Like
Garcelle done fucked Beverly Hills up, child.
And gone.
But they say Jennifer Tilly's the main cast member. That's what I heard.
Oh, she
good.
I heard
is
she.
looking up. Maybe
What y'all
Teddy
think
will
Bo's
just make
gonna
a
do?
small appearance on one episode.
So wait, okay, so Dorit is the problem child. So we gotta see how Dorit is gonna be with Rachel Zoe. Cause okay, so is this how it's gonna go? So is Rachel Zoe and Rachel Zoe gonna be Kyle's new pet or new best friend, and Dorit is just gonna be so over it, and she gonna try Rachel Zoe, and Rachel Zoe is gonna get with Dorit, like bitch, cause they like got the same frame and everything. They're really petite and really like, but Rachel Zoe got her own money and her own style, and she is kind of like with the shits, kind of. Is she originally from New York? I think she
Oh, I
might
don't
be.
know.
I'm not sure. Rachel Zoe is my height though. She ain't that small.
But she's petite.
And she's a famous stylist.
So she's
So
like
out of the probably gonna be
anorexic.
up behind.
She's like anorexic, like petite.
Oh yeah, she's super small.
No, when I think of small, I think of overall a small person.
No,
Like somebody that's
That's
like 4'11",
not what I'm
90
talking
pounds.
about.
no,
Though.
she talking
I'm
about
talking
she's
about
skinny,
petite.
like petite,
Yeah.
petite.
I just want a good season. That's all. I just want a good season. I don't need this. I want a good season like they continue to do.
Yeah, she is originally from New York, so yes, that'll be good.
Well,
I love my New York girl.
Dorit from New York. Well, she's from Connecticut.
That's not the same.
Look, fuck all these shows. I'm ready for Salt Lake City to come back. That's the show right there.
Yes. When is it coming back? Let me see.
The last season was a perfect 10
They
across the
usually come
board.
back before Beverly Hills anyway. Beverly Hills is my show, but Salt Lake City is probably right behind it. At this
I told Autumn this on the phone. I don't watch Salt Lake City, but I told her that she brought up in the midst of my conversation. I said the problem with Atlanta is Beverly Hills is the number one show, right? Some people say I'll say between Salt Lake and Beverly Hills, that's the number one show. But you got Beverly Hills, Salt Lake, and Potomac that have stepped their game up. We don't care about Atlanta no more. Atlanta is now that stepchild. We don't care about Atlanta.
Yeah.
Not LeBron when.
So they gonna have to really figure out how to get Atlanta to be up there with the Beverly Hills and shit, because if a Beverly, the new Atlanta, not the old Atlanta, but the new Atlanta, if Beverly Hills and Atlanta came on the same night on different channels, I'll watch Beverly Hills first.
Yeah, same.
No, it's just, you know what I think, Atlanta, I feel like they kind of went down this sort of rabbit hole of wanting this like Instagram girl on the show.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's not what we need. We need some girls with some really dynamic personalities. Like, you know what I mean?
And Atlanta was never about who had money. It was about who had the best personality.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like dynamic personalities. Now I feel like I don't know what the show is about, because I feel like Shami is the only one that's really rich like that.
Mm-hmm.
And these other girls, to me, they just give very Instagram OnlyFans girl vibe. Except maybe Angela. Angela's a basketball wife.
And they try to make
Kind of
fun of
out
her
of place
because
on
of
the show
that.
almost.
And
She
Shamia
belongs with the old cast.
and Shamia trying to have a singing career. We ever seen a singing career on the show? Do something
Nobody
different.
want to see no 40-year-old mother of however many, married mother of whatever, be a pop star. But they just don't. Not even if it's grooves and R&B. Like, no. You don't have no sex appeal. The songs ain't good. Like, sit down.
Well, that's I think another issue with Portia, Shamia, and Phaedra. They think they're younger than what they are. Like they think they these young hot girls, and I'm like, girl, you 45 plus. Phaedra close to 50. Like, if y'all don't go sit down and stop twerking.
I said, y'all, they waited to get into their 40s to be whores. Like, come on. And y'all all ran through and shit. Don't nobody want y'all. The thing that used to be pissing me off about the Charles shit is like, as if he would have y'all or even be seen with y'all in the daytime. Like, he don't want y'all. Like he said, I don't like whores. Like, you might just suck his dick, but that's about it.
No, Charles wouldn't mess with none of them women on that show except probably Angela. And he used to date Sheree, but Sheree gone.
I believe that he might have had something going on with the head doctor, and that's what that's what their obsession is with him.
Also, I didn't like Andy bringing up Sheree again in that on the at the reunion. I don't like that. When he talking about, he brought up Sheree dating Charles.
He said, when did you and my friend?
Oh yeah. He's such a messy bitch.
Like, what's the point in? I don't know.
But that's why
I think they're a little salty that Sheree didn't come back, but she said they wasn't paying.
Yeah, Sheree didn't come back. They said it wasn't paying her what she wanted. I don't blame her.
I don't blame her either.
But if he would mess with Sheree, that means he might mess with Phaedra. I'm trying to tell you, I know he like bitches.
Phaedra and Sheree is
two different kind of girls.
Totally.
Listen, y'all looking at it wrong. I'm a man getting his dick sucked in the nighttime somewhere in a hotel.
Sheree don't give me. She don't even suck dick, right? So
right, that Sheree is different. I'm talking about Phaedra, because she is too worried about Charles and taking shots at Angela.
But I think
I think Charles looking at no damn Phaedra.
I think Andy wants Sheree on the show. I don't think the network wants to pay Sheree, because my whole thing is you could have actually had Sheree on this season because you needed a real OG to help get to, like, because Portia could not carry, and I'm not saying Sheree couldn't carry the show, but Portia damn sure couldn't carry the show.
Nope.
But I don't
Wait, what happened? Melissa, Kelly, and Shamia are quiet.
Lowball me and then give Portia all this money and lowball me. I agree with Sheree. You're not gonna lowball me.
No, especially
Well, maybe they should pay her.
over there good financially. She
and Portia ass can't even pay film her motherfucking house for half the season. You ain't get ready to lowball me.
Right. And I'm glad what's the name? Drew. I'm glad Drew called out Portia. He said, you promised the viewers and the network a life that you cannot present, so you made me your storyline the entire time. So the last episode, we get a 6 months later of you walking on a treadmill of some shit we already saw on YouTube 3 weeks ago.
Damn.
Yeah. Now Drew gotta go. I will get a picket sign. She gotta go.
She has to.
Please.
But she's on Angela's only ally right now, so I don't know if to let her go.
Yeah, to me, Drew is the Teddy of Atlanta. She got.
I wouldn't give her all that.
You said you wouldn't even give her that.
I don't know. Teddy's pretty bad. I mean,
Drew be having me laughing when Drew. These last couple episodes, I've been laughing.
No, I cannot.
The shade that Drew threw at Shamia, that was classic to me.
I can't stand her, y'all. I can't.
But Drew is a liar, though.
I feel like everything that we see is this role, this character that she's doing.
So lay your cards down.
Oh, did you see her 4th of July outfit?
A little bit.
She in DC for the next 2 days.
My sister bought me this big ass shirt. Look how big this shirt is.
That shirt is huge.
It's an extra
Girl,
long.
what you gonna do with that? Sleep in it?
I'm gonna have to like cut the size up or something.
Yeah, that shirt is huge.
I'm gonna cut the shoulder.
Or you know what? You can have it taken in on the side and be a dress. I don't know. That shirt
Right,
is
because that's what it's giving. Dress.
Yeah. Yeah, I love her 4th of July outfit. I just saw it on Instagram. I was like,
Yeah, she in DC tonight and tomorrow. Well, last night and tonight.
but we don't need no more cars hanging from the ceiling. Please don't do that no more.
She not doing that no more. She took
Yeah,
that whole.
that needs to go. We don't need it. No one asked for it. It's fine. We'll be fine without it. Yeah, because it didn't look like she had a harness on. It looked like she was just in the car. And I'm like, girl.
Just the outfit right here.
No, not that one. She had one with the American flag fur coat and the boots and the what do you call what the dancers wear? I guess a leotard.
Yeah, leotard.
Yeah.
Let me see, 4th of July.
And I loved Auntie Wendy's outfit too the other
Why
day.
she can't give me this shirt? Why she give me this shirt?
Ooh, I like that shirt.
This shirt just came out.
I like that one too.
But I don't think it's real. I don't think this is not on Beyonce.
Oh, it's like AI.
Yeah.
Or something an artist made.
Yeah.
It's not an official
The
shirt.
label look like my label.
You sure it's not an official shirt? That's cool.
The label is the same as mine. I think it is. Oh, this one. Okay.
That's just the back though. You gotta see it without the jacket on. The jacket is bad too.
Well, all right, ladies, I'm going to bed.
Me too.
Y'all have a good
Any
night.
last thoughts?
No, fuck Shamia.
I'm about to go watch Yellowstone until I pass out.
Oh wow.
I love
Y'all think you looking thicker than the Snickers.
I like the comb bra. I just love it.
But that's the same outfit she had on the Renaissance. It's just without the stars. It's the same thing. It's the same outfit.
Well, she wore a lot. She wears leotards a lot.
Yeah.
But I don't think it had the comb bra.
I feel like my sister got this for herself and didn't want it. Because I'm not this good. My sister is bigger than me.
All right, y'all. Good night.
Maybe she thought it was smaller.
Maybe.
Yeah. All right. Good night, you guys.
Good night. Any last thoughts? Yes, it does look comfy. Just a Dr. Heavenly shirt pre-surgery. Shut up, cuz.
Oh, no.
All right, y'all. I'll try to come back. I keep thinking today is Saturday. What's today? Today's Saturday now, right? Well, I'll definitely be back up on here on Sunday. We'll see how my throat is doing tomorrow. I should be up here. I'll get some cough syrup tomorrow. I should be able to come back up. Maybe I'll wear this big ass shirt. So I'll see everybody tomorrow. I just wanted to come and shout y'all out. I was feeling better today. Yeah, I'll see y'all tomorrow or later on today. All right, everybody. Peace out.